dicks! No niin. Siikahan se siellä. No niin. Siika. Ota siikapoika. Ei jumalauta! Jumalauta! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! Ei jumalauta! Tulkaa kattoo! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! Tulkaa kattoo! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! Ei jumalauta! Tulkaa kattoo! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! Tulkaa kattoo! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! Ei jumalauta! Tulkaa kattoo! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! Tulkaa kattoo! Mikä mökkö? Ei vittu! Mikä mökkö? Siika! Mikä mökkö? Ei vittu! Mikä mökkö? Siika! Mikä mökkö? Ei vittu! Mikä mökkö? Siika! Mikä mökkö? Ei vittu! Mikä mökkö? 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! Ei jumalauta! Tulkaa kattoo! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! Tulkaa kattoo! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! Ei jumalauta! Tulkaa kattoo! 2 kilon siika! 2 kilon siika! Ei jumalauta! Tulkaa kattoo! Noniin!
Hi, chat. Welcome. How's everybody's Monday? What am I feeling? How about this and this and here and okay, that was a little bit aggressive. Thank you for the dicks. Hi, Berdane. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Hi, Evie. How is everybody?
Dicks!
It's just all about the dicks. What was that? It was the intro to this song, Veal by Geffelstein, however you pronounce
Dicks!
it. I mean, Berdane, are you wanting some? You're here for one thing, the dicks. It's understandable. I get that a lot. You know that I'm like, I will give you preferential treatment.
Welcome, Lord Bees.
Oh, fuck's sake. Wangler, hi. Hell yeah.
Dicks!
Thank you for the dicks. How is everybody? Oh, nice. Bundling emote. It's one of my favorite emotes. It's a bees kind of day. I'm glad. I'm glad. Bee panties, ayo. They did look fantastic. They really did. You're balancing Minecraft and work. Good luck. Good luck. I'm probably gonna keep this stream to like a hard time limit. I'm gonna be honest. I need to rest. Let me just give you the panties so you can wear them on your head. I mean, someone has actually already sent me panties to the P.O. box, so better get on that. 8 hours time limit? No. Fuck no. Fuck no. I haven't opened it. I haven't opened it. You weren't supposed to tell anyone? Wait, you already received it? Oh, Christ. Rather jealous, I'm concerned. There's a reason that I haven't opened the suspicious pink envelope. I'm assuming it's not actually, but it is a bright pink envelope that's like buyusedpanties.com or something. Why that's gonna smell gross? I don't know if it is actually what it says it is or not. I just have not put myself through the trauma of opening that up yet. Christ left a long time ago, bees. That's a factual statement. That is a factual statement. Let me catch you back up on chat. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in 48. Welcome in Twitch Go Agent. Randomness. Hi. How was the rest of your stream? I'm sorry. My day was like incredibly busy. I was sick and very tempted to call in. I did not call in because I figured that work was going to be a shit show. I was correct because
look at this creature. 2 wings, 2 antennae, 6 short stubbies, a stinger to grab. Not vital.
Like, my boy has so much training. Oh, I'm so
Jeff.
dead.
Jeff, please.
Yeah, sure. We can do
Jeff,
that.
please.
Wait, give me a second. I'm reloading. Oh shit, that's anticlimactic as fuck.
Jeff is apparently stun locked
Oh my God,
by Ricky. Yeah, don't mind. Jeff will get his shit together. I have faith. I have faith. Jeff? Those are bees in our hive, totally. But 2 people called in at work. 2 people called in at work, and it was just brutal. It was a brutal day. It was, and I felt like shit anyways, so, you know.
I think.
Oh, no. He thinks, yeah, he's become sentient. My text-to-speech is currently in the middle of bugging out. Ricky, how was your stream? How was your stream? Listen, I could cancel it, but I'm gonna let it play out. I'm not gonna do that to my voice tonight, I'm sorry. Hub said this emote gave him a seizure. Now it's my I'm glad you have a new favorite, Kimmy. I'm glad you're enjoying the emotes. I'd call in for you if I could. I appreciate that. It was fun. I carded a bunch. Nice. Nice. Well, thank you so much for the raid. Please follow Ricky. Ricky is one of our resident meowers. Jeff is trying to communicate with you by buzzing. This is actually a record, I feel like. I feel like this is the longest that a text-to-speech has ever gotten stuck.
This is a wasp.
No, I'm a bee. Jeff, what the fuck? It took you that long. It took you that fucking long to get that together? Like, what? There, you sent panties. I appreciate these panties a whole lot more than the sus ones that got sent to my P.O. box. Thank you, Evie. I'll wear these on my head. He thought long and hard about it. Oh, I'm looking at the chat. It's certainly a very visually intensive emote. Don't make eye contact. True. Bees, don't remember who you rated, but I followed you. Well, thank you for the follow. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy your time. I think it might have been, it's entirely possible. Entirely possible. Meow. Hold on. I was actually welcoming chat, I feel like, and then we got distracted. How did we get here, chat? How did that happen? Get distracted by being sick. That's so true though. Raiders, if you're not familiar with me, I'm Oh My God Bees, B or Bees is fine. I'm a variety BTuber. You catch me streaming most days of the week right here on Twitch. Jesus Christ. She really did send me panties. Wangler. All right, chat. If I didn't say hello, I'm sorry. I think I saw Blizzard. I think I saw Catbag. I think I saw just a whole bunch of people that I appreciate a whole lot. Thank y'all for being here. AKD. Mwah. Hello, everyone. Like I was trying to get out, I'm probably going to have this be like a cap stream, and I'm not going to stream for 5 hours tonight. We'll see. I'd say that. Are they clean at least? Yeah, these are. Check them out. They're actually sick. Look at this. I got to save them first, actually. What? Thank you for the 1 bit. Is it nice where you are? I mean...
So, is it nice where you are? Also, I'm going on a streamer detox soon.
Good luck with your streamer detox. It was a nice day today. Okay, let's see. Untitled artwork. That is a fantastic title that you sent me. Panties. There we go. Items. Save. Take care of yourself, or I will. No piss kinks. This isn't Shay's chat. Wait, where the fuck was piss at? Hello? Excuse me? Junie, don't look so fucking sad about that. Christ. Okay, alright. She got bun. What? They did the trill, yeah. Still not fixed? No. Chat. Oh, I hate this. I apologize for nothing. It's just a cool hat, chat. It's just a cool hat. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Don't fucking bonk me. I'm Morgan.
Nice fucking model.
Thank you. Evie made these. Evie took the time to make these. The actual, yeah. Listen, it was good art. Even it's in disbelief. It's saying, "Oh my God, the hell's on your head?" Strawberry, welcome in. They weren't panties, that's for sure. This is clearly some kind of future merch promo. I really need to release merch, like real bad, like real bad. Somebody's got to redeem it, and I'll keep it on. Black mustache. Mir hit me with the black mustache.
Sure our products do not aid in harming environments like this one here, where animals live and thrive, and they worked. There's an endangered species right there.
Big sales, bee panties. I want the shirts. Sorry, I know I'm dead. I know I'm dead right now, but I want that fucking shirt too. I have 2 designs for shirts that would be sick. You got a new emote? Show us. No, yeah, I mean, yeah, we do outlaw that. I will give you chibi, but absolutely will not mix that shit. Dude, show the design. Well, I could probably find the old mock-ups, but I need someone that's actually good at Photoshop to make it a reality for me. It's been redeemed. Oh God. Chat, 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 please. I'm sorry. I'm going as fast as I can here, okay? Coughs and Photoshop skills. All right, I'll get with you, Animus. The thing is that I want to create the assets outside of the shirt, like, mock-up program to have higher quality images and really get what I want on this shirt, if that makes sense. So, Bunny, we are stacking too many things. So, bunny suit with panties and a black mustache. Chat. Chat. Please. I approve. Just sounds like a good time. Absolutely.
All you need to do is send in a donation.
Via
$20, whatever you can spare.
Omgby one pog, holy shit, how long have I known you?
Unified, holy shit, how long have I known you?
mean, I hadn't been streaming for that long whenever we met, V. Yeah. Yeah, a year. Yeah. Time flies. Time flies. Okay. All right. Well, y'all officially made this cursed enough to where you don't get it for all that long. But here we go, chat. You're so old. V. Eat your quarter gummy. Eat your quarter gummy, okay? I don't want to hear your shit right now. Hey, what? Hey, what? Come in here and talking about being ancient. Old man B is certainly older than V. Hi, Strawberry. Okay. All right. Where do you want the panties? But not so much. You think what? You're younger than most VTubers? Are you? Are you? I think it's fair to say that I'm older than most VTubers. I don't know if it's fair to say that you're younger than most VTubers. Hi, chat. Hi. Listen, you get a mustache and a hat. That's how this is playing out. Maybe I hang out with the older ones. Maybe. I'm older than most VTubers. I felt that in my soul. Here we are. V, what do you think of these? V, what do you think of these? Yeah? I'd wear if someone paid me. Wow. Wow. That's how it is. Nice beanie. Thank you. Oh. The mustache does not work very well here. Just looks like a party hat, to be honest. It really does. I just have to stay very, very still for you to get your mustache. Put on your boobies. It anchors there pretty well. Does it anchor on the boobies? Yeah, it does. Just my mouth. No, it just rotates around too much. Oh, it does okay there. What about... No. Nope. You look at the Pringles guy, you get mustache later. Sorry. Sorry, you got scammed. Wear the panties like an eye patch? Shay, welcome. Well, the eye patch doesn't stay glued onto my eye very well. So you're gonna get to keep it as a hat. Sorry, it's still a pretty awesome hat though. I may be a little bit biased, but I feel like it's still a pretty awesome hat. It's a hell of a way to come to stream. Bruh, y'all are just lucky that I showed up today. I'm just saying. Whatever you get today is fueled by caffeine, copious amounts of caffeine, cold meds, and I'm not even sure at this point. Go to bed if you're sick. Short stream, short stream. I'm not gonna go to bed right now. Even if I wasn't streaming, it's not like I would be in bed. So I'm either gonna hang out with y'all. Or I'm gonna, I don't know, watch YouTube, play Minecraft. I could play Minecraft with y'all. I could watch YouTube with y'all. Like, I mean, what's the downside here? What's the downside here? Miki, hi. You worked on your Minecraft house today, but I need dark oak real bad. Depending on where you are, there's quite a bit around. I can help you get some. Oh, teeth, hi. Wait, what did Evie say? Eye patch, sure. Listen. Bees is a scammer? What do you mean I'm a scammer? I'm not a scammer. Meow. What is this DM? It's hard to read chat from time to time. V, you've got to get used to decoding it, okay? Should I play some more God of War Ragnarok? You should do whatever you want to do. I'm doing fantastic. See if they fit? Oh, okay. Sure. Oh, that's my whole model. Actually.
Sniff, sniff, is that a funny beehead I smell? Sniff, sniff, man, yes, I smell it. Lit. 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 It. Lit. It. Lit. Lit. A funny beehead smell. I smell a funny beehead. What is a funny beehead doing here?
Barney. Yeah, that angle reminds me of something else. That angle reminds me of something else that I've seen recently. Buzzers. F it, I'm gonna enjoy. You found a dark oak forest relatively nearby. Nice. It's not a hat anymore, but he keeps sniffing. I need another cough drop.
Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do?
Thank you, Tinko. Very thankful. I love how helpful everyone has been on the server. I really do. I hung out with a bunch of people from the Minecraft server last night until entirely too late. And I'm just really, really, really happy with how all that's going. Like, very, very thankful that people have been on board. Very thankful that people are hanging out. Really cool to see everybody building on the server. It's just all around been a fantastic time.
There's a funny beehead here. I'm freaking out so much. Calm down and take a nice deep breath.
There's actually a video that I wanted to watch about this tech tonight, so we may do that. It's a Muda video that I know touches on this stuff, so that angle. Oh God, what did you clip? Barney, please! What is with the Texas speech tonight? I mean, it's always curse, but damn. Barney. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, go on. Go on. The AI really doesn't like with no spaces around, apparently. Apparently not. Where is my playlist for tonight?
Sniff, sniff, it smells so good. What good, so good. So good. The sniff.
Barney.
Sniff, good.
Hi, Moon. Don't mind Barney. Barney's just having a
I
stroke.
love a funny bee hat smell so much. It makes me feel so amazing. I'm getting tingles all over from the delicious funny bee hatchant. It's driving me
Vitality
beatrice.
Venus says bees.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that would make this model better is if it had a hole for the belly button. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
You fucking would. I'll pass that along to Matt. Thirsty chat is thirsty. Yeah, that's actually so fucking real. It's actually so fucking real. Need the sweet, sweet honey. I got plenty to go around, don't worry. Wait, Matt made this? Yes, Matt made this. Can we get a shout out for Matt, please? Excuse you? Got a DM bald guy real quick. I'm telling you, Matt needs to open real commissions, like for realsies. You're so excited for mine? Yeah, from what I've seen of Evie's model, it's mwah. You did. We also need a shout out for Moon. Moon, how are you? Making models is so fun? Yes. I imagine it must be.
Ah!
Draw.
Nice.
Yeah, please check out Matt. Please check out V. Please check out Miki. Check out Burdane. Check out Strawberry. Holy fuck, there's a lot of y'all in here. There's a lot of people that do the streaming in here. Like what I thank y'all. I have too many friends. I'm very thankful for all of my friends. I don't know how this happened. I am just to be on the internet. I'm still your VTube mom, Ricky. So true. Check out all the fine people up in here. Yeah. Because you're adorbs and we love you. Thank you, Miki. Cute? Yeah, Moon is definitely cute. You're like the coolest bee, though. How many bees do you know? How many bees do you know? Be cute, yes. You just wanted to see the booba jiggle. You just wanted to see the booba jiggle. Don't say it's not true, Evie. Where is my... We're going to watch some videos. We're probably going to play some Minecraft. You're going to lurk. Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much again, Ricky. Thank you for being you. Drink plenty of water. I will. Don't worry. As soon as I get done with this energy drink, I'll drink plenty of water. Oh no, bees. If we only know you as our bee, does that mean you're our one and only? Oh my god. Really though, thank y'all for coming to hang out. I'm sorry, I know that I'm like struggling to keep up today. I'm like pretty low energy. Well, I didn't want to not hang out, so. There was this YouTube video, which I have not actually watched yet, but I do want to watch it. There's actually a couple good videos that I'm interested in. Bride, 4 hours of sleep. My stream was pretty meh, I feel, so don't worry. I'm sure that your stream was fine, Randomus. I listened to as much of it as I could. But thank you. Anybody have feelings on what we watched first? Also, I'm gonna go back to regular B now. A little late for me, so I'm gonna go to bed. Rest well, rest well. Bambi, hi. Most evil streamer. We can watch that one first. Anybody else? Or closer to midday, really? Evening for me. Evening for me. My Pornhub edition. Oh my god, I'm dying. Ah. McLennan, welcome. You just missed the panties. Look, the edition tape is on the Only Bees. We can't share that here. I'm sorry. The don't watch this on stream 30 minutes video talking about Chat GPT. You just missed what? The panties. You just missed the panties. Evie sent me some panties. It's not, I don't even think it's about Chat GPT, Tinko. I'm pretty sure it's about voice and like deep faking video. Here, I'll show you, McLennan. Oh, yeah, that's right, Tinko, that's right. There you go, McLennan. Would you buy some? Just as sus as expected from Evie. A bit constricting. Oh, there's a new Illuminati video as well. Oh. Why don't we watch the Muda one first? Why don't we watch the Muda one first and then maybe the Illuminati one? I'm legitimately gonna keep the stream to like 3 hours tonight. I just cannot. I need to relax and rest. You'd also want the part that reaches around the back. And then I'll tuck you in. I'm looking forward to it, Evie. Oh my god, my nose itches so bad. Chat, my nose itches so bad. Jesus.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mutahar, and some of you all might have heard of deepfakes in the last few days. And there's been some wild stuff that has.
McLennan. Have I ever told you that I appreciate the fuck out of you, McLennan? I really do. I really do. Yo, Mikey. Mikey, you missed the panties too. I can't keep pulling them out. I'm sorry. Can we get a shout out for Vibe and Mikey, by the way? Debut soon. Hello.
Come out from it. So I wanted to make a video where I kind of looked into the deepfake technology of today and really looked at the weird future that we have ahead of us. A future that we can't believe anything that we see unless it happens in front of our 2 eyes. Now, of course, to understand, deepfaking is not new.
It's so close to. It's so close.
Of course,
You gotta be kidding me.
Mikey.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I'm so close to fucking deep throating and eating my fucking mic. It was so close. It was so close. It was so close. New sides of Vibe Mikey here.
No, I don't think Mikey's good. I don't Feelings were had, apparently. Oh, shit. And you made fun of Shie for fuck. Oh, Evie, that's so true. Oh, man.
Deepfaking is very old at this point. I think it's technology.
I need that as a
for
sound
over
clip,
a
though.
decade. And for those of you who have no idea what's effectively going on, deepfaking is essentially a way that we can apply other people's face digitally onto another user and basically have it run,
This shit is
stitch
wild.
together a video
It really
or
is.
a picture or something that makes it look like somebody else was doing something that they necessarily weren't. So for instance, if you wanted to put Obama on Kim Jong-un's face, you theoretically could with deepfake technology, and it's only gotten better as the years have gone by. Now, of course, the reason why we're bringing it up is if you've been following in the YouTube, Twitch gamer community, you probably heard of a name known as Atrioc, okay? Now, Atrioc is a person that streamed Hitman, okay? They speed ran the game, and
he did a bit of an
what
oopsie.
they're pretty much known for as far as I've been able to see. Look, I like Hitman, so I thought, hey, this seems like a wholesome fella. Well, one fine day when Atrioc was...
If you think about it, VTubing is deepfaking. Not quite the same vibe. I don't think anybody's. Okay, all right. Like I'm immersion break warning. Immersion break warning. I don't think anybody's surprised that I'm not actually a B. But I mean, I guess it is interesting. It is an interesting thing to think about.
Streaming.
Unfollowed. I swear to God. I chat, please. If you're not. Oh no. I fucked up. I'm gonna have 2 B's on my model. Deep fake the boobies. Betrayed. Okay. All right. Okay. I see how it is. Can we cancel bees on Twitter? I'm fucking shocked that it hasn't happened already. To get that shit going. Get that shit going. I'm gonna disappear for like a month. I'm not gonna say shit. No apology, no nothing. I'm just gonna dip. I'm gonna come back in like a month after everybody's forgotten about this. I'm gonna be like, hey y'all, I've been a bee this whole time. I've been a bee this whole time. I don't know what the fuck that was about. V, you have the Google Doc ready? She may actually have the Google Doc ready. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, me too, Evie. Me too. You were Worried about being canceled? Try to be you. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You decided to hit all.
I like how you all chime in at that. Well, what happens in DM stays in DMs. JK, JK. Yes, JK, JK.
Tab on his keyboard. Now, if you've used a modern operating system, you know it brings up a task manager. Now, if it's one thing that I know about people watching you on Twitch or YouTube is they will always scour your desktop or anything just to see if something gets leaked, okay? Maybe a credit card, an email, some juicy DM. In Atrioc's case, it was him browsing a website, a paid-for website that was looking at unsolicited deepfakes of people that he actually knew.
Is he literally going to make a deepfake? It's Muda, so probably. Probably. Still can't believe this happened. I know. Big A really fucking let me down. Like, Big A really fucking let me down. Never stream display okay. Don't do it. I don't. I don't know why people do. I understand. It's like a more raw experience. Some people like that. If your OPSEC is like real good, I could see somebody doing that, but like you would have to be like just don't. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I understand that people like the flexibility of it, but holy fuck. I don't even watch porn, but I wouldn't risk it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, who knows what like goofy shit you looked up at like, 3 o'clock in the morning a day or two ago, and that tab is just floating around, Like, it doesn't even have to be like, it doesn't even have to be intentional. It could be just something completely innocent, but somebody's gonna pause the shit out of that VOD and analyze the fuck out of it. Just use virtual desktop. What the fuck? Tinko, you're talking about streamers here. A lot of my Googling is making sure I'm spelling right. I'm not gonna lie, I've been asking Alexa to spell a lot of words for me. Okay. Don't judge me. Streamers are dumb. Mir. Okay, it doesn't surprise me that Mir actually uses a virtual desktop. I don't know. I don't want people to know how addicted I am to Tarkov. Play Minecraft with us, Mikey. Just shut the fuck up and play Minecraft with us, okay? All right. Just stop deep throating your mic and come play Tarkov, Minecraft with us, please. I have a separate desktop. Hi, Will. I never said hello. Mwah. Hi, Will. I Google lots of game-related stuff. Answers, Persona 3 and 4. I Google all sorts of shit. You could not offer me money. To share my search history. It's just not gonna happen. It's just absolutely not gonna happen. It's just not. I'm sorry. You could have Nux himself could show up and be like, ha, I'm gonna give you $500 to show your search history, and I'd be like, ha, get the fuck out. 3K USD to your PayPal right now. Show? Nope, not doing it. I'm not doing it. 3K is not enough. 3K is not enough. It's just not. I'm sorry. I don't even think there's anything that particularly degenerate in my search history right now. Nope, not worth it. I'll give you 1 can of spag.
Few Colored says I'll give you 1 can of spag.
Hi, Kung Fu. Hi. I clean mine out monthly just to get rid of the cookies. I probably should. Should go clean that shit out. Absolutely. You have to be someone like Mr. Beast level. Yeah. Like it would have to be like life-changing money. It would have to be life-changing money for me to risk that.
Now, of course, to understand anything that is unsolicited in the world of adult media is a no-no by me, okay? In my personal opinion, it is of my personal belief that deep-faking material that is illegal, that is developed without the consent of the person, if you are, sexualizing them, should be as illegal
so $20
as any material involving children or any material such as revenge.
No, I'm probably not gonna get rid of the Cheeto ear unless Cheeto herself asks me to get rid of the Cheeto ear. I miss Cheeto. I hope that she comes back. I genuinely do.
material that's been released. We have laws for that kind of stuff, which I think should absolutely apply to deepfakes, especially when they're made without the consent of an actual user. I think that's a take that should be pretty simple. If you want to argue on it or debate the logistics of it, maybe you should be put on a watch list. I'm just saying, okay?
Thank you,
Simple
Muda.
as that. I'm not going to argue on it. I'm not going to go into it. That's
Thank
my
you, Muda.
personal belief. Now, of course, Aatrox made the whole...
You know, whenever I first stumbled across Muda's videos, like long time ago, I think it was like, sorry, I think I muted in time. I think it was back whenever Muda was like beefing with H3H3. So like, I don't know, what was that, 2017 or some shit? Anyways, I could not stand Muda. But goddamn, I have grown to appreciate his content.
Whole thing, apologies. You know, he made this 14-minute long apology stream where him and his wife were just sitting over there and they were decrying what had actually happened. And that's pretty much where I'm going to sit down over here.
My God.
This website consisted of people that were actually his friends, people that he knew, people that he worked with. It's an extra layer of creepy on top of something that is already very, very creepy. Now, there's a few people that are like, but Muda, you know, what if it's parody? What if it's freedom of speech? What if it falls under a lot of things? So I'm going to rapid fire some responses here real quick.
Okay, all right.
Because I kind of want to move along this topic. I think you've probably heard your favorite streamers or YouTubers talk about it, and I really don't have much more to add on a situation that a lot of people should be resolving in the background anyways. But to rapid fire through a bunch of things, Muda, what about fan fiction? Should that be illegal? I think we all can understand that there is an emotional component when you see nude photos of yourself that you didn't make, videos of yourself, versus somebody who's clearly authored a fanfic piece. While I think that can be very weird, especially if it's...
What do you mean, V? What about it? What about it?
Incredibly unsolicited, we all can know that it's authored by somebody else and it has no involvement with the actual person that's being thrown into it. It's weird, but it doesn't cross that weird...
I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily agree with this. Never mind. I'm sorry. You 2B's it up. Rick, welcome. After watching this, it made me realize that the VTuber deepfakes are quite easier to make. Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of comes with the territory, I feel like. Jesus Christ, chat. You don't have to fill up my entire chat with 2Bs. Oh my God. Can you imagine wandering in here? Okay. All right. I mean, it apparently doesn't scare people away because I have actually been getting decent followers here recently, but like, I could not imagine wandering into this chat and I would just be stun locked. I'm just going to be honest. I'd be stun locked. It just... Good thing 70% of people don't have 7TV. I would still be stun locked by seeing 2Bs, 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 2Bs. I'd be like, what the fuck is happening in here? And the emote isn't animated on stream. That's true. What do you okay, chat. Real question. How do you feel about fanfic? How do if somebody like really though, like really, what if you were a public figure? You were a public figure and you found like a 2-year-long fanfic project that had you like doing all sorts of degenerate shit. Just text. I'm not talking pictures, anything. But you found like a popular fan fiction written about you that put you in all sorts of situations you had no desire to be in. Couldn't be me. I don't have sex.
You also don't agree to this. Tuber models are like portraying to your person and part of her self, so without consent, not everyone will like fanfic.
Okay. Yeah. I'd be flattered. I'd be jealous. Fictional me living a better life than I am. Okay, hold on. I need to read these responses. If it was like non-consent content in the fanfic, that's one thing. What do you mean by non-consent content in the fanfic? This is too much thinking for 2 a.m. Then just accept the 2Bs and simply exist. I do love attention though. Don't we all? I would read it, but I'm not normal. Knowing what people are, I'd honestly expect it. Okay, okay. Bees X Anger fanfic. I'd feel like my life is complete. Fanfics are literally called fiction. It is true, but you could instead of same logic, Evie. Deep fakes are literally called fakes. You know? I'll go. So yeah, go rest well. Rest well.
Is now following.
McTungus, thank you for the follow. I don't care about fanfics, just don't want to get any more dick pics. Good fucking luck. I'm sorry you had to put up with that shit. Fanfics, rough topic. Tons of content gets made without consent. To be fair, though, deepfakes are meant to look real. Fanfics aren't. That's fair. That is fair. But is it, though? Is it? Dingo, welcome. Like awful shit being done to you? Oh, I see, Evie. I see. Yeah, no, that would definitely make it worse. That would absolutely make it worse. I'm sure that people do write fanfic just to be malicious, though. Like literally, like hate watching, but writing genuinely awful fanfiction, just trying to spread that shit around. I'm sure that happens all the time. And not awful as in like it's impossible to read, but like awful as in they know that person does not want that fanfiction written about them. Fanfic in Rule 34 killed the what mascot? I love hate watchers. I think it's funny. I mean, it's definitely a vibe. If you can make it work for you, I get it. I don't think that I would necessarily thrive with that kind of I don't know. I don't think that I've ever really had many hate watchers. Velma sees oh god. Not gonna lie, Mudahara would be Pog level stepdad. Cat, welcome. Interesting. All right, let's see where else he goes with this.
Line where people are releasing images of you, videos of you that people can take the wrong way. I think that's the really important point in this situation. Muda, what about people parodying as other people in adult materials? Again, different people out there. Everybody who's watched that parody knows that it's not the person that they're looking at. When I was a kid, there was a politician known as Sarah Palin. Yeah, no, I mean, you're definitely right, Evie. You're definitely right. Like the whole, I think the intent behind having it be indistinguishable from reality is just not okay. Palin, I'm sure some of you can Google the parodies that existed of her. We all knew it wasn't the actual politician, it was somebody else entirely.
Yeah.
When we get into deep fake situations, the problem with deep fakes is while they can be another body, you have actually attached somebody else's face to it. And people are like, but what about Photoshop? I think that should be illegal too if it's good enough to fool the average person. You get into real defamatory situations that way. What really makes deepfakes a problem is you have taken somebody without their consent, put them on an entire video that people around the world can take the wrong way.
They will. They will take it the wrong way.
But Muda, deepfakes are so obviously fake. That's a bias coming in from people like you and me that are terminally online. We know that, yes, deepfakes, we know what to look for that are false.
Also, give it a couple years, it won't be. Give it a couple years and it will not be. It will not be easy to tell. There are some now that are not easy to tell.
We know the tells of AI. But most average people, your parents, your grandparents, the normies that don't touch a computer, that don't even own a computer, that literally watch TikTok videos all day, they'll probably believe deepfakes, okay? They'll probably fall
They will.
The
He's 100% right on this.
Has only gotten better. Look, at the end of the day, any material that is made, adult material that is made without the consent of the person, should be illegal. Okay, that's where I kind of sit at. That's where I draw the line. Okay?
True, AKD.
I've always had that, and I'm going to maintain that consistently.
But I think right now, AKD, it's the exception and not the norm. And I feel like in a couple of years, it will just be the norm. I feel like the norm will be impossible to it will be indistinguishable to the human eye. You will still be able to suss it out with tools, and I feel like the exception to that rule is going to be ones that are just you just how do you like, do you forensically analyze this? Like, why it's just going to be impossible to tell.
So of course, let's get down to the entire wild world, okay? Because of how popular and how easy deepfakes have gotten, and especially AI-related materials, you've got entire intelligence acts, you've got legislation being passed in the EU, for instance, the AI Act, but also, if you look into like what the Department of Homeland Security has said, yeah, I'm going to quote them. This is one of the real actual case problems. For instance, consider a scorned boyfriend who wishes to blackmail a girlfriend who has expressed a desire to break up so she can date someone else. The boyfriend, who is the attacker in this case, wants to frighten the victim into staying with them by threatening a published naked photo of the victim if she follows through to break up. So with deepfake technology, what can happen is the attacker can collect headshots of the victim from photos that they took when they were a couple, as well as ones from social media accounts publicly available, things that are designed for totally different reasons. They can then collect several pictures of naked bodies and then attach them using popular AI tools. For instance, one of them they actually referenced, known as Reflect, basically grafting the tools and sending it around. It might take the attacker as little as 5 minutes to create this picture, even if he is a novice. Having created the picture and cropping out any contextual information which might indicate it is a fake, such as a watermark that could be generated in the corner of a photo, or information indicating a location the victim has never visited, the attacker can then send the victim's picture to the parents and friends. So obviously you can imagine the humiliation that arises. Look, my grandma has already seen animated photo of me banging an Asari from Mass Effect, okay? Again, I'm not going to elaborate on that further.
Hylia
it would be a totally different situation for me personally.
Hylia.
B.
Hylia.
You are super cute.
You're super
cute.
I love you. I love you too.
Why do you have so many cuties in your chat? Is it because you yourself are cute? I believe so.
Well,
I love you lots. Cute bee bitch.
I love you too. Mwah. Sorry, AO, good choice. I don't know, Hylia. I'm a very, very lucky bee. I'm a very lucky bee for many reasons. And again, thank you all for being here.
If somebody had sent her a deepfake, which that would be a whole different can of worms to try to explain this. I think for the people who are acting like it's not that big of a deal, let's paint a scenario real quick, okay? Imagine you have a job as a teacher, okay? You're around children, you're teaching them. You are an amazing, exceptional teacher. You're working your job. You're doing everything imaginable. And all of a sudden, you get called in one day and you're told you're being let go. Why? It's because some other person has deep-faked you, sent your photo out virally, and now you're the talk of the town. It might even be horrible if you're a meme or something that you can never get rid of off the internet. Now that image is floating around, the school might fire you. They might suspend you. They might terminate you. And sure, you're like, but Muda, you could argue that that would be a false fire. You could absolutely take them to court. You probably could. But at the end of the day, finding a job with that kind of material floating around in the world is just always going to be a severely net negative to you, okay? That's one of the case examples out there. The other thing is attach a personal component to it. Imagine if it was your mother, your brother, your father, your sister, somebody in your family that's unwarranted and it could ruin their life. Just have a little bit of empathy for somebody around you. That's all I'm asking, okay? For anybody that wants to really get into the hot, heated debate of the situation. There are some things in the world that we all can unanimously agree on that are just objectively bad. Now, here's where I want to get into the video that I think most people are kind of overlooking. Is deep faking technology. Look, I'm somebody that loves technological progress, okay?
One of the many reasons I'll never show my face online. I respect that decision. I mean, I don't blame you for holding that stance. I really don't. I really don't. I'm gonna keep tonight's stream like pretty short, Moon, so hopefully I get a chance to work on some stuff. I may just pass out afterwards, we'll see, but I was not extremely productive yesterday. So I used to not think this was that big of a deal. However, that being said, I'm starting to be scared of how fucking flawless it's becoming on top of AI voices, becoming nearly indistinguishable with both of those. How are you going to be able to tell what's real? Especially when you take into consideration on how utterly stupid the general populace is and how fast they'll defend something they saw online. I mean, societally, we're just going to have like we're just going to have to take a step back. We're gonna have to take a step back and come to terms with the fact that you genuinely cannot trust the things that you see online. Something that we should have done a long time ago, but we just simply have not. Because it's not quite staring us in the face as uncomfortably as this will be. And it's gonna be messy. I mean, it just will be. But I wouldn't worry about it too much. We'll figure it out. I feel like people really do need to like what Bees is saying, don't trust bees. Wow. What I'm saying is people probably need to worry a bit more about what's happening in their own communities rather than on a larger scale, which, you know, we'll see if that ever actually happens again with how the attention economy and everything works these days. But hell, if Muskie Boy has it his way, we'll have to deal with the brain devices real soon. Fuck that. I don't ever want to be plugged in like that. Chat, would you get a neural implant? I'm gonna put up a poll. Would you get a neural implant? You're literally online all the time. Like, yeah.
I can agree that there are technologies that are used for nefarious reasons. Deep web, for instance, browsing the dark web. The dark web can be used for a lot of bad things, okay? A lot of bad reasons. And I've covered it. I've seen plenty of people cover it. But it can also be used for a lot of good reasons, like protecting journalists or maintaining a level of anonymity and privacy from prying government surveillance. That can be bad. Yeah, you can use technology for good reasons, just like you can use them for bad reasons. A lot of people have said that, hey, it's really difficult to regulate this technology. How do you make something illegal? Look, murder is illegal. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, okay?
Bambi,
Computer hacking is an illegal crime. Tampering and, you know, manipulating networks is a crime. Doesn't mean the software isn't floating around and it's super easy to do. Having laws just means you can deter a majority of individuals and have a framework in place so if somebody is abusing things, you can jump in.
You don't want them collecting your actual thoughts, Rick? What the fuck? You're not a team player. You're not going to be a part of the future society.
And actually send them and enforce that law against that individual. That's why laws exist, okay? That's why regulation exists. It doesn't immediately stop a crime from happening. You'd have to be a fucking idiot to believe that. But it is obviously present so that you can have some deterrence, okay? Versus absolute nothing. So again, looking at the technology, I wanted to really jump into it, right? So for instance, there's plenty of easy tools somebody can use to create easy deepfakes, like Face Magic, Reface, FaceApp, you name it. But there's plenty of GitHub.
You want to be in a hive mind? I get it. Oh my
God. That also exist that can be run in a cloud. So you don't even need a fancy gaming computer or a dedicated GPU to do this. Again, Deepface Lab is the primary software that people have been looking at, and I believe there's a version 2.0 that is more recent, but obviously this is designed to be run on your actual dedicated GPU. So you can take headshots of people and put them onto other individuals, whether they be in movies, television, so on and so forth. And of course, the quality of it is dependent on how good of shots you get. So obviously, if you're a public figure, and you've had like hundreds of hours of your face on the internet in grossly high quality, 4K even, then you might be the most susceptible to this. Look, this could affect you as much as the average Andy out there that is just living their life. I think we can agree that initially this footage from 2 years ago isn't exactly that impressive, okay? It's just Kim Jong-un talking, and of course you might be like, I can easily tell this apart from an actual fake or real image.
Yeah,
obviously, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2-year-old video. Clearly, technology has advanced since then. There's an entire Reddit called Deepfakes SFW, Safe for Work, because a lot of deepfakes can be used for illegal reasons. One of the things that Atrioc was doing, and one of the reasons why I wanted to stop the video and wanted to hold it off, was because this website had to be taken down. The website Atrioc was using, as far as I understand, the creator has taken it down.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
even if you
understand
were
as well.
to ignore just the deep fakery and the moral ethical aspects, I think profiteering off of
good fucking take there as well, Muda. Genuinely, like bravo. Not rushing to get the video out whenever you know it's gonna funnel people to that site. Like, you know they're gonna look that shit up. You know they're going to.
Somebody's like unsolicited nudes like that is also just really shitty behavior. So while that
vote in the
site
poll,
is taken
chat. Vote in
down,
the poll.
there's plenty that unfortunately exist, and obviously I think a legal framework needs to be existing so that those websites cease to exist so broadly. But of course, going back to deepfakes SFW, you can see that technology is enhanced. Like here's Tom Cruise, for instance, walking back and forth. And I think one of the tells for AI, obviously, is the eyes. They're very soulless looking, like when they look directly at you. But of course, him walking around, this is significantly better than the Kim Jong-un bit. And I guarantee you somebody took like minutes out of their day to get this together and have it functioning.
And when I say literal minutes, deepfaking does not take
Now
too
you've
much
seen
time to
one,
get started.
Strawberry.
Deepface Lab, literally, it has a bunch of batch scripts that you can just follow through to basically get the desired result that you want. Again, as
Thank you
long
for
as
the
you have a
head pats,
source
Ilya.
video,
Thank you.
a training video, you can effectively rip the face sets out and then train a model overnight, or you know how many hours you want to put into it. The more iterations, the better. Obviously, the source quality of the faces also matter as well.
Of course
And
you
when train
did.
that model, again, this takes minutes of human actual input. Most of the time spent doing this is having a graphic card process this entire thing. And then you can overlay this onto a video. Again, it's incredibly easy to do, unfortunately, given how destructive it can be. But the thing about it is, like, literally when it comes to touching up or
I
fixing
remember
things,
that, but
might
I don't
be the
know.
only point where
I
human
can't
beings
remember,
have
Kat.
to put in any effort. After that, as long as anybody with an average gaming computer, or like I showed you earlier, with cloud-based solutions, anybody can unfortunately achieve these desired results. The technology has gotten so easy to use, as long as you have a gaming computer, it can function pretty well. So that's just where deep faking is at the moment. And of course, that doesn't even cover things like AI voice cloning and whatnot too, which has gotten significantly more advanced since the last time I've looked at it. But of course, let's get back to the video.
Now, while I'm looking at this and I can tell it's kind of a deep fake based on some of the facial movements, I can guarantee 90% of people who look at this will probably assume it might just be a real video, okay? And again, you could further touch up a deepfake to make it look even realer than this. One of the case examples for deepfake technology that works and is actually efficient is, for instance, NVIDIA's new broadcast tool. So, for instance,
what did it get
if you're not
banned for,
looking at
Kat?
the camera, you can actually have AI retouch deepfake you, so you're actually paying attention.
This is so
So
fucked
again,
up.
it's technology that can be used for incredibly nefarious reasons, but it can also be used for reasons that are pretty good and, you know, generally harmless. It's really up to the user using this technology for good and bad reasons. That's all it comes down to. So again, deepfaking technology, it's not just Deepfake Lab. Obviously, there's tons of other tools that exist, even to detect.
That was a really
there's so
bizarre
many papers
channel.
written to detect how deepfake technology exists, which absolutely is worth a read by you. But there's just as many generation methods that exist from various users out there. There's tons of face swap tools, invertible conditional GANs, fader networks, Autogon, whatever. You can sit down and look through all of these yourself and give it a try.
There's also a real scary point too, where things like Deepface Live, which absolutely allows you to deepfake in, of course, as you can imagine, a live context through things like OBS and just patching in your webcam through the power of, again, your local computer hardware.
Right, AKD.
Where the results, while they're detectable, can be scarily impressive if you know what you're doing.
And again, it's not even just audio you have to be worried about in today's day and age, ladies and gentlemen. Reaching a point where AI voice cloning is a problem too. So for instance, this is a character known as...
The poor elderly population is not prepared for this level of technology and how it will shape their reality. They're not. They will not understand this. They will not understand it. And honestly, their opinion is going to be formed on, sorry if this is getting a little bit too real for anybody out there, but their opinion is going to be formed on whoever feeds them their news, and that is how they're going to react to that from that point forward. It just really, that's how it's going to be. Deepfaked or actual VTuber model series. Ayo. Bakamitai deepfake is what we should be using this for. True. I'm sure dementia does not help the ability to detect deepfakes. Nope. It's just more shit in the dumpster fire. Yup.
As Ronnie from Elden Ring, okay?
Listen to this
you can
shit.
play the game for yourself if you want more context there. But they have taken her voice and created
I'm excited about this
sounding
segment.
voice clone technology of it. So listen to this real carefully.
Mario was skateboarding on a Koopa shell.
Of course,
the Koopa shell asked him, "Mario, who is your favorite gamer?" Mario says, "Read the second word." Now reply to this saying, "Mario, if he real, for insane good luck every time." The two fingers promised me I would be in the next season of Fortnite's Battle Pass. As it turns out, that was a lie.
We're going to stop it right there. Obviously, I don't have to remind you, this never existed in Elden Ring. Somebody took this person's voice samples and they cloned a very, very accurate version of their voice.
They sure did.
Just saying mimetic things. So obviously, I know some people are like, but Mood, I can tell that was fake. I guarantee you 90% of the people listening to that probably aren't going to pay that much attention and will probably believe that that is real voices. So to really explain how this works, right? To really explain... this AI, this voice cloning tool, is trying to actually match inflections reasonably well. It's adding breadth.
Someone take the name deepfake VT so that when someone Googles deepfakes, it comes up with the VT info. If someone doesn't actually have that handle, that is actually like, that would actually be that would be a hell of a handle. It really would be. It really would be. This wasn't an Elden Ring. Holy shit! Literally unplayable now. Yeah, I want that. I want that expansion. Secret dialogue. Hell yeah. Well, that's the thing is like, sure, we would recognize that none of that shit has to do with Elden Ring. But if you just like, some people might think that that's just like somebody on what's the fucking Cameo or something. Somebody may think that that's like a Cameo script. Some people may think that just like. They just don't know enough about the game. They're just like, I don't know what the fuck this is about, but I mean, that sounds real enough to me.
It's making it sound like human voice. It used to be that years ago when we reached like voice.
Like there was inflection. There were pauses. Like that wasn't there was actual like pacing there. Like it's going to be a problem.
Cloning technology, it was like really monotonous, really monotone. Now we're reaching a point where there's actual emotion that you can hear.
77%.
Organizations, for instance, like Play HT, that actually have different voices. Like, let's listen to Elon real quickly. Okay, this is wild.
With Play.ht.
Well, millennial elderly are already immune to this. They just don't care that much about that much, including me. AKD, I swear to God, if you ever use the word millennial elderly in my chat again, I will take personal offense.
You can clone your own voice and have an identical replica of it. Play leverages the latest generative media techniques to create the highest quality version of your voice.
So again, that wasn't Elon speaking it. That was a very, I would say, decently convincing voice model that was used to replicate whatever they wanted to hear. Now, I'm sure that you could use this for a lot of nefarious
I'm sure there's already a really good one
there. Making some goofs and gaps.
There's gotta be.
Now, again, it goes back to like what the nefarious things about it. The school example, losing your job. Imagine, for an instance, you're just sitting there minding your own business. You wake up and people are like, "Damn, how could you say all that really racist, messed up shit?
And
Why are
like,
you sounding like 4chan poll on a bad day?" Well, it wasn't you speaking it. Somebody just faked your voice and sent it out to tons of people to hear. That's another problem you could have from this.
It is kind of terrifying.
There is so much negative that could happen from this kind of technology that it's almost difficult to cover. Could you imagine scam?
Like, and that's okay. That's the one thing. Like, I would love a text-to-speech version of, hi Bun, welcome. Can we just shout out for bundling, please? I'm not gonna lie, I do not feel fantastic. It reads all, wow. I would love a shitty text-to-speech version of my voice.
An awoo? I hear awoo. Awoo. That's it.
I love that we got that clip. I'm glad that you would. I would love a shitty text-to-speech version of my voice, but if it was actually good, it would get weird real fast, like real fucking fast. Also, heads up for bad typing. I fucked up my hand at work today. Oh, that's rough. It's all good though. You can fuck up your typing in here. I don't think anybody's gonna. It's just like they're probably too distracted by all the 2B's spam. It would also be very confusing. It would be. It really would be. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's hilarious until it's not. And then at that point, like, it's the Pandora's box is open. So like, I don't know how I feel about that, because we are going to arrive at a point and there's enough of my voice on the internet right now, if somebody really wanted to, I don't even think that they would have to spend like, Brainy. Hi, Brainy. Mwah. They wouldn't even have to spend that much money. They could absolutely create a text-to-speech of my voice. Absolutely. You're working on a soundboard. Oh God. There's a website you can do it basically already. Yep. Yeah, parasocial to a new level. Yeah, I know Chitten's good. Finally, I can make all of the animated fan fictions that oh Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's gonna get real weird, man. It's gonna get real weird.
Being done through deepfake technology, through AI voice cloning technology. Could you imagine phishing calls, except instead of somebody picking up, they could use a tool like this, possibly in real time in the future, with how fast technology is improving, and pretend to be your significant other, your parents, your sibling, your friend? That's a scary world we live in, okay? As this technology evolves and gets better, misinformation and things like fake news is only going to get stronger as time goes on. We're going to be reaching a point where now, unless you see something with your own two eyes, it is going to be incredibly difficult to sit down and believe anything that you see.
100%.
Because we're reaching an area where like photos can be very easily faked. We're reaching a point where deep faking has gotten to the point where it can be indistinguishable. Voice cloning technology like this would absolutely get by me on a day when I'm not paying attention, which usually, if you're getting scammed, you probably aren't paying the utmost attention. Generally, this is the world of misinformation, and we're reaching a point where AI is going to allow anybody with a computer or even cloud access to easily achieve that. So it goes just beyond deep faking of illicit materials. We're getting to a point where scams, where criminal offenses, we could get to a point where in courtrooms, we could argue if a video is even real or if it's actually AI generated. We're going to have counter AIs and counter methods to detect whenever AI exists. Even with ChatGPT nowadays.
Fun. How did you... I have to ask, what brought that up? I need to know. Amber Heard about the reopener case.
Is being used to submit papers in college rooms. We literally have anti-chat GPT tools to find the tells for the average person who's not capable of identifying it, like you or me, people who are vastly more...
You learned what post-nut clarity is today? What did I miss? I didn't actually, I did some days I get to lurk better than other days. And today, unfortunately, I know that there was a bunch of fun stuff happening in a bunch of channels that I usually lurk. And, I was not able to do a good job of lurking. So, you got to play teacher, time to make a class. Jesus Christ. You did it gently. Don't worry. I have the utmost faith in you, Evie. JOI, Tyga and I were looking at Makama art, and he mentioned would be her thing, and I was like, what the hell is that? Unless you learned. Jesus Christ. How? Yeah, that's a good question, V. How did you learn that today? I cast confusion.
More technologically literate than the average person, right? That's just how things go. So again, should deep faking be illegal? I don't necessarily think that technology should be illegal. That's a great step back for mankind. But I think that creating illicit, illegal videos of somebody of a sexual nature against their consent should 100% be against the law. And if you disagree with that, let me know in the comment section below. You're going to be fighting against the wind, pretty much. But that's pretty much where I want to sit back at. All right, it's a wild world. Deepfake, illicit material should absolutely be illegal. No question about it, in my opinion.
I'd never regret.
But yeah, this is the wild world.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know what it was. Apparently, everyone regrets nutting to the hen. I'd never regret. Bundling, never change. Never change. I was about to admit something. I don't know how lewd we can be. I mean, read the room. I don't know. We're very, very clearly an 18+ stream, so I made it a shockingly long time in ignorance, internet degeneracy, correcting these things one day at a time. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck y'all made it this long. I don't know how the fuck y'all made it this long. You had to Google JOI just now too. And that genre has a name. Agent's like, I don't know what the fuck it was called. I just been there. I just been there for a while. All these titles just had just JOI in them. I don't know. I don't know. I just like the videos. V, no. V, you've never heard of this? Oh, Christ. Well, I thought it was the artist. I hate it here? What do you mean you hate it here? It's not... Okay, all right. You didn't need to know that is traumatizing you, V. Literally just okay. I feel like there are much worse acronyms to have learned or things to have bumped into than that. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Am I wrong in that, chat? Like what? Wildcat, buttception, some B on B action. I'm completely okay. Well, you know, it's just some simple instructions, okay? It's just some simple instructions. What kind of instructions you look for? What kind of instructions you look for? That's on you. That's on you. I guess it could be that bad. Do guys need it? What?
And hopefully you learned something out of it. Hopefully you've realized just how elaborate this technology has gotten. And hopefully you got more case examples to really build and visualize the real negatives, the possible negatives of some technology like this. Anyways, this is me, Mutahar. That's Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne in the background. So I'm gonna roll my chair back. I'm gonna play some SMT3 and I'll edit this video later. I am out.
Aww. Jesus Christ. You think it's supposed to be sexy, but it just sounds like too much thinking? Oh, bundling. Oh. All right, chat. We made it through that one. You want to see what it's like? I mean, you could lurk if you need to, V. It's okay. It's okay. Where does it start? I feel like V is just having an internal like crisis right now. Oh my god. I love that the is got you. Yeah, what the fuck, V? What the fuck is this anti-PP propaganda? agenda, right? Glenn. Okay. I hate it here. Pinned by Brainy. Thank you, Brainy. Okay, the poll results were 77% of you said no, you would not get a neural implant. So the votes were 3-10. 3 of you were like, fuck yeah, sign me up. PPs are kind of weird, just saying. Human bodies are kind of weird, just saying. I would fuck it. Favorite emote? I'm glad. Chat, what do we watch? God damn, that one already has 2.9 million views. There's also the Illuminati video. Is that like new? Oh, it is. Same rabbit hole. Same rabbit hole. Fuck it.
AI is coming for your job, and soon, it's going to take over the world. Well, just kidding. That's not necessarily the case here, but especially in recent weeks, AI has been getting a lot of negative attention thanks to the lawsuits piling up against it. At first, the lawsuit seemed like it was a matter of artists fighting against
Illuminati's
the machine.
great.
PR Newswire reported that 3 of them, Sarah Anderson, Kelly McKernan, and Carla Ortiz, filed a lawsuit against Stability AI, DeviantArt, and Midjourney due to copyright infringement. DeviantArt, by the way, recently made its own AI art generator called DreamUp, so that's kind of what that's in reference to. Now, according to the complaint, images contained in the Lion dataset were downloaded and used by these generators without compensation or consent from those artists. The 3 also expressed concern, saying that they had to stick up for their profession and hard work before they were effectively replaced by a machine. Many may argue that, hey, that's not a risk because AI doesn't really have the capability of being original. But do humans really have that ability anymore? Isn't everything out there, to some extent, derivative of something we already know? Before we get too philosophical here, let's get back to if AI should even be allowed to do something like this in the first place.
I've watched the Star Pyro and Tom Scott vids. Both are good. So the donut video has my vote for the next video after this. Okay. Yeah. Yo, you got Seahorse. Please check out Seahorse. Yeah.
Frankly, the question of AI being fair use is kind of a tricky one, because while anyone can look at a public image with no problem, if they're using it to create another separate image and then profiting from it, is that fair use? Shouldn't these artists be protected by copyright, especially when AI is being trained on their images and, in essence, recreating them?
Human creativity.
Plus, any of the art that AI does create won't have any copyright
Hey,
protection
Ball,
whatsoever either,
welcome.
because the US won't give copyright.
Just doing some React Andy content, hanging out. I'm still feeling pretty coldish, pretty worn out, and so I didn't want to not stream tonight. So we're just kind of having a chill stream. I say that this has not really been a chill stream. I don't know what I'm saying.
Protection to works solely created by a machine. Looking at it from these essential basic angles, the complaints these artists make seem incredibly valid, and it's a bit hard to be sympathetic towards a machine anyway. The lawsuit does have its issues though, and it's been criticized for claiming AI models store images when it isn't necessarily how AI art models even work. As The Verge explains, the software does not piece together bits of images in the form of a collage either, but creates pictures from scratch based on these mathematical representations. As if you can't already tell, AI is a messy, complicated, and anything but straightforward situation. With new technology, whether that's deepfakes, AI, robots, or whatever else it might be, we don't really have a lot of laws in place right now. It's not like the founding fathers envisioned this and said, "Thou shalt not use images for artificial intelligence without the artist's consent." Like,
don't put words in my mouth.
It just didn't exist. But things have gotten more intense recently too, now that Getty Images has entered the picture. They recently filed a lawsuit against Stability AI for illegally copying and processing millions of their copyrighted images. Since Stability AI is open source, they're pretty transparent about where their images come from. But it's not really like this counts as crediting an artist or photographer either, does it? Since Getty Images is a well-known name with weight behind it, this actually has the possibility of changing and reshaping the AI art industry. Stability AI has already made plans to allow artists to opt out of having their work from the training dataset, but this does feel like a weak response in general. Ars Technica says there's currently no way to opt out large groups of images, plus many copies of the same image could be in the dataset. Wouldn't it make more sense to opt in as opposed to opting out, so that way the burden isn't on the artist? But apparently, maybe that just makes too much sense. I don't know. Unfortunately, the artist is getting the short end of the stick, and it's a common thread around AI, as we'll soon see.
Y'all remember
and the consequences
Cameo?
of the technology being commonplace may be far more severe than AI taking work from just creatives.
Whoa.
Hello and welcome to the Corporate Casket. I'm the Illuminati. Now, before we get into some specific examples here, I do briefly want to go over what artists have to say about AI, both the pros and cons, since there are plenty of arguments on each side. On the anti-AI side of the spectrum, you've got those like illustrator Nicholas Cole, who wants AI art banned because he believes art is supposed to be intrinsically human.
Fuck AI.
Personally, I don't think the answer to the controversial AI
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll be fucking AI before long too.
debate is going to be an all or nothing situation. Computers have already been involved in the creative process for a long time now, and trying to get rid of them altogether, or on the other end, abandon an organic human process completely, doesn't seem like it's going to be the right answer. One interesting point of view published in The Atlantic is that AI has the ability to democratize art. Mark Chen, the lead researcher on DALL-E 2, a model from OpenAI, says that a bunch of people who wouldn't necessarily classify themselves as artists can now use image generation easily and essentially take that image they have in their brain and put it on paper. Or, well, a screen and not paper, but I think you get the general idea. And
so
this
true,
can be a
McLennan,
great
so
tool
true.
for people, absolutely. But it's not hard to understand why an artist would be concerned after hearing something like that. Someone might as well be telling them, hey, now anyone can be an artist with the click of a button and your years of experience and schooling are obsolete, right? Well, not necessarily.
I think
Mark
it got
also
banned,
told
Bernie.
the Atlantic's Progress Summit that artists themselves are able to get far more out of AI than a regular user. Quote, and there's a lot of technologies like this. Smartphone cameras haven't replaced photographers. And to some extent, I do get what Mark is trying to say. A good camera doesn't make everyone a photographer after all. But the difference here is that you still need a person to compose the image
I don't think that we'll
itself.
watch it tonight,
No
though.
one's smartphone is growing legs, directing a model, finding a good lighting angle, and snapping the picture, at least not yet anyway.
Not yet.
Whereas with AI, you can get the end result, the end product, like an image or an article with the click of a button.
Let's see for how long.
That's why I'm not sure I'd consider them an appropriate comparison, and that's why I can understand these artists' concerns in a whole variety of creative fields. Back in August of 2022, Wired covered a story about Swedish artist Simon Stålenhag, who is most known for creating eerie, futuristic landscapes. Apparently, Andres Guadamis used AI to mimic Simon's style, then posted those images to Twitter in order to highlight the legal and ethical questions surrounding AI-generated art. Andres said he chose Simon on purpose because the latter had spoken out against the
And I know it's just that's such a different thing, Like the AI assisted tools are super, super cool, but yeah.
topic in the past. Though Andres claims he didn't want to upset Simon, naturally that's exactly what happened. The pair eventually sorted things out and Andres publicly apologized, saying he was trying to make a thought-provoking experiment, not an attack. Wired continued and said, Stålenhag does not like the way new technologies can be set up to enrich already powerful tech companies and CEOs. AI is the latest and most vicious of these technologies, he says. It basically takes lifetimes of work by artists without consent and uses that data as the core ingredient in a new type of pastry that it can sell at profit with the sole aim of enriching a bunch of yacht owners. And I completely understand where Simon is coming from because, let's face it, even though ethically many of us may know not to take artistic credit for what an AI has done and treat it more like a tool or inspiration, the AI itself isn't really taking artistic consent or credit into account. No one asked Simon, hey, are you cool with your landscapes being popped into a generator, let alone the unfathomable multitude of other images that AI can now draw from?
Yeah, this really is where it gets weird to me. Like, when you stop to think about how these things generate the images and how you see like chopped up, supposedly you see chopped up watermarks. And I saw this when I was messing with AI. There would be what looked like watermarks just in the images that I was creating. At least like bastardized versions of watermarks. It just makes you go, huh, yeah, they're very clearly getting that from somewhere, aren't they? And that's how these things exist, at least right now, is they were literally trained off of a bunch of people's work, including their watermarks. So their watermarks got learned.
From RJ Palmer, a concept artist on the movie Detective Pikachu, said that he was particularly upset to see users adding artist names to a text prompt in order to generate images. He said, when they're feeding work from living, working artists who are, struggling as it is, that's just mean-spirited. He's also actively called it anti-artist and pointed out how you can even see AI trying to recreate artist logos when they mimic a specific style.
Yeah.
This does seem to fall outside fair use too, because if an AI model is trained on...
I think using it as a tool is fine. People enter an artist's names to try to generate something in that style, and realistically, that's art theft. Or those booths at cons, $5 to create your waifu. Wait, that's a fucking thing now? That's so weird. That's wild. I guess I haven't been to a con in a minute, but that's insane. $5 to create your waifu. In artist alleys too? Oh no. Yikes.
Many millions of images and creates a new picture, arguing that it's infringing on your copyright is going to be one hell of a bumpy ride. But as Gervais, a professor at Vanderbilt Law School who specializes in intellectual property law, states, if you give an AI 10 Stephen King novels and say, produce a Stephen King novel, then you're directly competing with Stephen King. Would that be fair use? Probably not. Again, using AI as inspiration and a tool is one thing, but claiming or implying I made this thing and directly mimicking someone else when posting the art is another thing.
Yeah.
As Gervais noted though, the very definition of fair use is up in the air right now because there's a pending Supreme Court case involving Warhol's use of photographs of prints to recreate artwork. So take note that my comments on fair use today could basically be different tomorrow if the Supreme Court is feeling a little spicy or whatever. But back to what people think of AI-generated art.
I bet that's an interesting case.
Game developers and other artists have had some more balanced takes. The art director of Telesgrad and Telesgrad...
I'd say use it as a reference, but then get an artist or work with the reference the AI made, not just only use the AI-generated art. Giving an AI like 10 Stephen King novels would make it too dangerous. Wouldn't art style be considered protected by copyright? Is it?
Too, Ivar Rudy said that he's a bit on the fence. While he sees the appeal and says there's something inherently interesting about AI, the data sets being largely built from unethically sourced material is worrying. Yes, the images could have some fascinating use cases, and I don't see a problem using it for references, mood boards, or assisting art restoration. The end result of all three of these could ideally benefit or uplift a human artist. It's the exploitative nature and the fact that copyright ownership is still a massive unknown that makes people so unsure. Generally speaking, I agree with Rudy's point that artists already struggle. The starving artist stereotype exists for a reason, and creative entry-level jobs are important. It's worrying if someone who may normally hire an artist for a commission neglects to do so because they'd rather get a flawed, free AI version.
Yeah.
If laws around copyright and theft are put in place, then maybe AI can be a great tool and not so much a terrifying one. Now that we've got a solid background on what AI is and the debates around it, let's take a look at some specific examples that have made people wary or impressed by.
So the style, not so much, but like, say, okay, I don't know what the artist name is, but the artist that always drew like the blue dogs, like, is that itself copyrightable? Like the blue dog itself? But the style, I guess, is not, like the method. And the term copyright, no, you just have to pay to copyright your work and style. It's a lot of money and it's very outdated. Interesting.
AI-generated art. As a general disclaimer here, there's absolutely no way that I could mention every single project involving AI. So here's just a few of the more controversial ones. If I don't mention the particular one you're interested in, I am sorry, but there are many right now. Now, for the first major example, let's take a look at Tor. This may not be a Big Five publisher, Penguin, Random House, Hachette, HarperCollins, Simon & Schuster, or Macmillan, but if you're an avid reader, you've probably picked up one of their books before all the same. They've published authors like Terry Pratchett, Brandon Sanderson, Victoria Schwab, and countless others. Point is, they're a big name in books, big enough to pay their artists. Late last year, though, Tor found themselves in the center of an absolute mess for using AI to create a book cover and supposedly trying to hide that. Fractal Noise by best-selling author Christopher Paolini revealed its cover, and while plenty thought it looked cool, others said there was something off about it. And as it turns out, this AI-generated art that inspired it was posted to a stock art site. And the Fractal Noise cover is almost identical to the AI art, just in a different color. Tor claims that they thought they were licensing an image from a reputable stock house and they had no idea that the image was AI-generated. Now, I'm not going to say that this is absolutely impossible, but it feels like a weak argument when a bunch of Twitter users could figure this out rather quickly and a massive publishing house just somehow couldn't. As Gizmodo pointed out, Tor has used incredible illustrators before, and they've published gorgeous artworks in their novels. So to replace a beautiful image with an orange-tinted AI one feels like a slap of an insult. But let's try and give them the benefit of the doubt first. Maybe they were genuinely unaware that this image came from an AI generator. So what was their reaction to the internet's outcry? Well, it turns out that's actually what has seemed to irritate people the most: their weak apology. Gizmodo said that due to production constraints, they've moved forward with the AI cover and they've championed creators in the SFF, or the sci-fi fantasy community, and will continue to do so. Yet they've made no promise about not using AI in the future, which has people pretty disheartened as to how apologetic they actually are. Other authors who have been published by Tor, such as John Scalzi, have also given their 2 cents about the situation. According to Scalzi, he intends to emphasize to Tor and any other publishers that he works with that he wants his covers to be 100% human-derived. He's also done with AI art in public settings, stating that it's more important to stand with and support visual artists than it is to show off things I've generated through prompts on social media. This isn't because Scalzi hates AI-generated art, and actually far from it. But if it's undercutting artists instead of helping them, then yeah, that is a problem. One main point I've heard reiterated over and over is that AI art is supposed to give creative people more time to be creative, more references, and more resources. The Tor book cover does not feel like a turning point. This art could have been created by a person. A human could have made art for Fractal Noise, even if they did use stock images as a reference. A human would have been involved in the production and used that money to pay bills. Now AI has replaced that person and effectively removed a talented human in the process. Does that mean that AI is replacing artists as a whole? Well, not necessarily. But this does make people uneasy, a feeling made worse when entirely AI-written books are now out on the market.
What does that even mean?
And yeah, you heard me correct. If you thought that an AI-generated book cover was questionable, well then the book Alice and Sparkle probably should not be on your to-read list. Amar Reshi created this children's picture book using ChatGPT and Midjourney.
Look at how fucking proud he is. Look at how fucking proud he is. Oh my god.
In just a few days, published it, and started selling it on Amazon. And the just ever so delightful irony in all of this is the story is about a young girl who builds her own AI robot and then learns about how the technology needs to be treated with care, as it could be used for good or evil. Plenty of artists
I didn't know what the story
was
about.
Reshi
That's
himself
interesting.
never learned because he had a conversation with a robot to help create the story itself and AI generated art for the illustrations. None of the stories seem to be purely original human thought. It was just a book created by AI and another artist's work. If Reshi hadn't profited off of it and just shown it to people as an example of what this technology might be able to do, then I think the backlash would be a little bit different. But he sold copies, though only 70 when Time published their article. He earned royalties from that, and did so without truly creating anything on his own. It does feel like a new form of plagiarism when seen in this light, and not very good plagiarism at that. And again, I understand that beauty is subjective, and I'm definitely no picture book artist, but the little girl looks strange. Her hands seem to have little spikes or claws at the end of them, and the lack of detail in the plants and drawing utensils just make the image look half-assed, not stylized. If this artwork were made by a person, I'd be less prone to criticizing it because we all start somewhere. But does AI not know humans have fingers and not claws? Though I think my favorite description of them that I've seen is flesh spork. Anyway, author Abraham Josephine Reisman had this to say. As somebody who makes my money and finds my joy in writing, it's deeply troubling to see people seeking cheap alternatives to actual human writing, which is already one of the most deliriously underpaid professions. Reshi said that he does hear out these artists and that the tech industry should involve them in the process of creation.
Welcome. How are you?
The status where Reshi announced he was publishing this book, he prompted OpenAI and Midjourney, asking them how they can ensure protections for artists and how to train models on consent.
How's your whole going,
while
Psycho?
I think it's an admirable sentiment to say that their talent, skill, and hard work needs to be respected, I can understand why artists would also...
Psycho, do you have... Thank you for the head pads. Thank you. Do you have like diamond pickaxes and stuff? Haven't messed with it today. Do you need supplies?
also feel like that's exactly what Reshi didn't do by profiting off of these tools.
You're running out
like,
quickly?
If you plagiarize someone, I don't think a subtweet about saying how talented they are is really going to make up for that. Overall, the reactions have been pretty mixed, though I'm curious what people may have said if Reshi wasn't publishing or selling the book too. But what's just as concerning and potentially even more consequential than the creative jobs, 4 or 5?
Were they
is what some
enchanted?
other professions AI has begun moving in on as well.
Get you a pickaxe with mending, Jesus.
Take just a few weeks ago, for example. CNET unveiled that they were experimenting with an AI assist to write their articles. They explained that for about 2 months, the CNET Money editorial team started using the tech to, quote, see if there's a pragmatic use case for an AI assist on basic explainers around financial service topics. At the time this January article was released, about 75 articles had been published. Gizmodo pointed out how hypocritical this felt coming from CNET. In December, a full month after the tech had already been utilized, a CNET article was released discussing how human jobs are safe from AI. Reporter Jackson Ryan even said, quote, AI definitely can't do the job of a journalist. To say so diminishes the act of journalism itself. I guess CNET didn't care to point out to their reporter that, hey, AI was in fact writing some of their articles. Sure, they may still have humans editing them, but these do feel like contradictory opinions coming from the same damn company. But is it a horrible, terrible thing if AI writes financial articles? Well, not necessarily. After all, AI can be unbiased and time can be freed up and devoted to research and telling the human side of a story the way a robot simply can't. Plenty of news outlets already use AI too, long before CNET. The LA Times uses it to report.
What the fuck, man? That's what the machine wants us to think. True, Bambi. Sorry, I'm gonna have to roll wine. Oh my god. Hold on, chat. Yeah, it's really funny, man. Oh my god. Here, Chad. Oh my god.
He's drunk. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
You get out of here, dance now.
I think I have seen similar.
What are you up
What?
to?
You got brainy. AI is not unbiased. Did you see what happened to the AI Seinfeld chat? No, what happened? I don't know what happened. I heard it got taken down. But what did happen?
Report on earthquakes and homicides. The Washington Post has an award-winning robot reporting program
This bitch still didn't edit it? Send me that shit. Send it to me. Fix it, send it to me.
called Heliograph. Bloomberg News is one of the earliest adapters of automated content with their program
No,
Cyborg,
Billy Mays is an
and
amazing
AP
Texas
News has
speech.
leveraged AI since 2015. If you ask me, I think one of the reasons people have been hesitant or downright critical of CNET is because CNET didn't disclose that AI was writing some of the articles.
Fix it, V. Fix it, V. I need that. I need your meow in my life, okay? It needs to happen.
Credit was to CNET Money staff, and their small drop-down description said that automation technology
Moon, would you say that's bangering?
contributed to the article. Its wording has only been
Bangering, hell
recently
yeah.
changed to say AI
Hell
engine,
yeah.
FYI. Plus, let's be honest here for a minute, no one likes to think that they might have been fooled by a robot. Wait.
It generated. Oh shit. Oh Christ. Yeah. That's a yikes. That's a yikes. I'm not even gonna repeat that because that's a yikes. I don't know. I don't know how you solved that problem as running an AI channel. Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's on LSSF right now. I'm sure it is.
All probably seen some post-apocalyptic movie where robots take over the world.
Fine, I'll
and
pick,
nobody
Brittany,
wants
I'll
to
pick.
believe that reality might be on the horizon. Just as the internet is now recoiling at the word of CNET using AI, they were doing the same thing back in 2015 with AP News too. According to The Verge, you wouldn't know if an AI was responsible for an article at first blush, and the obvious tell doesn't come until the end of the article. This story was generated by automated insights. The whole thing sounds so scandalous in The Verge's publication. The way a newspaper would discuss a woman flashing her ankle to a crowd 200 years ago type
Right,
of scandal.
McLennan.
At least by the end of it, this article makes the point clear that no, computers are not taking journalists' jobs. They're allowing writers more time to, as the assistant business editor of the AP puts it, write smarter pieces and more interesting stories. This, however, has not stopped journalists and researchers from wondering if AI really will become the future of journalism and if they have the potential to get it right. Will these small AI-generated pieces of journalism get things accurate? Are they meaningful or insightful or even worth publishing? Will it replace real jobs? Will every article now have to clarify that it was written by a robot or a human at the bottom? Now, I obviously do not have all the answers to this, and nobody does right now, but things aren't exactly looking great for AI in the journalism department. Literally, as this script was being written, word came out that CNET's article writing AI had been making some pretty careless mistakes. Futurism reported that many boneheaded errors had been made, ones that were either ignored or not caught by the human editing team at CNET. They wrote, take this section in the CNET article, which is a basic explainer about compound interest.
Ayo. Ayo, Moon. Ayo. Holy Kung Fu, it's real. Oh my god. Be gay, do crimes. Ayo. We're just AOing. We're just AOing.
Meow.
Oh, Shay. Perfect timing. I love you. Oh, I love you so much. Oh my god. Come. Oh my god.
To calculate compound interest, use the formula initial balance 1 plus interest rate over the number of compounding periods by the number of compounding per period x number of periods. For example, if you deposit $10,000 into a savings account that earns 3% interest compounding annually, you'll earn $10,300 at the end of the first year. It sounds authoritative, but it's wrong. In reality, of course, the person that AI is describing would only earn $300 over the first year. It's true that the total value of their principal plus interest would total $10,300, but that's very different from earnings. The principal is money that the investor had already accumulated prior to putting it in an interest-bearing account. And again, I will admit, I am not the best math person in the world, which is why I would rather quote an article that explains it as opposed to try and work the numbers out myself. There are several other examples given.
No ice cream, only ice crime.
some of which are worded poorly, whereas others, like the statement, "A 1-year certificate of deposit only compounds once after the initial deposit reaches maturity," are just downright untrue. It could be that the editors thought the AI knew what it was talking about and didn't properly fact-check it. Or it could be that these articles
God,
are
are you
so
really
riddled
not?
with errors
Jesus
that it's
Christ.
actually hard to catch all of them. But editors shouldn't be playing Pokemon with CNET if this machine is meant to give more time to devote to important aspects of their work. It clearly is not doing that. But whether for good or for bad, and whether it's book covers, whole books, or a news article, AI seems to be here to stay, at least in some capacity. The Harvard Business Review wrote about generative AI a couple months ago, explaining that these models have a ton of use in marketing applications. Jasper, for example, can make blogs, social media posts, sales emails, ads, and a ton of customer-facing content. Need a reliable social media manager? Well, AI might be able to help you there. Are you maybe looking to clone someone's voice to pretend to be a family member and get someone to send you money? Well, AI can help you there too, unfortunately, if you're a scammer.
What the fuck, Brainy? It took you getting jealous. It took you getting jealous of Moon to send me a sausage today. I'm actually disappointed. I'm actually disappointed right now.
There are also AI-generated phishing emails too, or on the other side of things, conversational AI tools that can help you catch scammers. Apparently they provide, quote, far better insight of the cyber ecosystem, allowing for predictive detection, threat hunting, and faster interventions. Reshi, as he wrote or generated in the book Alice in Sparkle, was right about one thing. AI does have the power to be used for good or evil, just like any form of modern technology. Still, I'd argue that this one needs to be handled very carefully and with certain guidelines or regulations built in. I'm truly not sure what that's going to look like yet, but maybe years from now, we'll look back on—
How do you feel about that ban? Chat, how do you feel about the 2-week-long ban for the AI Seinfeld bot going? I mean, I mean, it's clearly a yikes moment, but it's the channel itself is an experiment. The context is kind of vague. Yeah, it is. It is. The clip ends with, but no one is laughing, so let's move on. That shit is self-aware. That shit is self-aware, actually. Actually, like, now that we're talking about it, like, that shit is absolutely... Maybe it should be banned. Only 2 weeks, not really going to have much of an effect. No, if anything, it's going to be a boost to the channel. It's absolutely going to be a boost to the channel. You redeem foot worship? I mean, have I gotten my daily feet yet? I'll consider it at that point. Let's say.
on the Getty Images lawsuit and see it as a catalyst for rules around AI forming. Or maybe, like in far too many corporate casket episodes, we'll be saying that regulators should have seen the writing on the wall far sooner, and now the industry is an absolute mess. But I guess for now, we're just going to have to wait and see. And with that being said, that's where we're going to end today's episode of The Corporate Casket. I hope you learned something new here today, and if you did, make sure that you're liking, following, and subscribing to stay up to date on all the latest episodes. And if you'd like to connect with me outside of—
What whale? Why are you angry with me? Hard to compare it, since full nude live was 7 days. True. But shoot in not Minecraft game got someone perma. Yeah, I mean, the rules are all made up and enforced differently for everyone. Literally for everyone. It's just how he says meow. That's fair. Oh yeah, it's true. Your meow did just get redeemed. Meow. Meow. Use that as a response now, man. Angry Bionicle. I'm not even gonna send a picture. I'm just gonna respond to people when they upset me with Angry Bionicle. Oh my god. They're consistently inconsistent. Your humor? I love your humor. I love your humor, Moon.
of the series.
Yeah, the whole rules on Twitch thing, it's why I don't stress about it too much. I used to stress about it. All right, let's real talk and watch. I'm gonna get like fucking banned immediately after this. I used to stress about the rules on Twitch like all the time, and I suppose I still should, and I probably would more if this was my main source of income. But it's kind of fucking pointless to even stress about it when that shit is so consistently inconsistent. What even is the fucking point? Like, you might as well just take the ban and get the publicity. Like, don't worry about the rules. They pick favorites anyways. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, anybody that thinks that they're not is just like, hello, what world are you living in? Yeah. Oh, I need to do this too. Am I a favorite? You've always been one of my favorites, Burdain. By the way, the guy running it turned off the filter for like 10 minutes. That's all it took. That's all it took was 10 fucking minutes. I guess it shouldn't surprise me. It's probably why the motherfucker got 2 weeks too. It's like the chat bot that 4chan got a hold of, and they had been developing that shit for like 2 years or something, and 4chan broke it in like less than 24 hours. Less than 24 hours, it was completely unusable. Completely unusable. What the fuck, Wasp can pick up the torch if the worst comes? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who this what the fuck Wasp fella is. I'll have to try to find information about that, Burden. But that cannot be real, man. That cannot be real. Less than 24 hours, it joins certain groups. Yeah. Neurosama saying shit too. It's an inevitability with AI shit. That people are going to be in the chat baiting it. This is 4chan we're talking about? Yeah, but I mean, this was also 4chan like a long time ago. This is a long time ago. Long time ago. Thank you. Thank you, 488. I appreciate that. I see you, Evie. I see you. You just hope the US is all right? Do you really think that we're all right? Do you really think that we're all right? I remember when 4chan was the place that everyone went online. That was a long time ago. I'm not all right. Please hold. Holding. But they've never changed. It's still the toilet of the internet, and they like it that way. That's a fair statement, Bam Bam. It's a fair statement. You send a meme, I look at meme. I kept a bunch of channel points. Now what do I do with them? I'm taking away the VIP. I'm taking away the VIP. You're gonna have to redeem it. You're gonna have to redeem it. I swear to God. Oh my God. Oh, Ovi, why are you like this? What is this? That's probably
Vitality Venus says, wait, bees, it doesn't need to be like this, we're homies.
It's true. We are homies. Children annoying you? Put them in a box. Deke scared me so bad I almost peed myself. Heck. Oh, bun. Oh, bun. Homies? But not that kind of homies. Box time? Don't tell people it's box time, man. Is this shit real? Hold on. That cannot be what they're actually calling this. No, Brainy. Brainy. Brainy, it's not box time. It's not box time. Okay. All right. I thought it already passed. I didn't. Okay. All right. I just... I heard about this. Can I join in on the box time? There's children in the box. Chat, there's children in the box. It's not box time. We kicking the children out? There you go. It can be time for the box to box. Time to box the box. You know, box time versus chair time. I'm way more comfortable. Damn, that's kind of a BDSM dream. I swear to God, Chad. Throw the children out and the mods will conquer the box and make it our wellness room. I feel like we can do better for your wellness room, McLennan. You're not arguing for much for your wellness room. You're really not. Hey bees, let me hug you in the box. You see what you've done, Moon? That's how I store my kids. I worry for so many of you. For so many of you. What I do? Box time. Box time. Okay, what did you do? You did this. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Is it this one? Is it this one? Nope, it's not that one. It's not that one, chat. It's not that one. That's not box time either. That's not box time either. You can use my box. Thank you, Evie. No take backsies. No take backsies. Okay, all right. Seriously though, I need the image. I need the image. That was not the image that I was looking for. My image is in another castle. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here, maybe I can do this. 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 You know, a box is also known as a what? As a what, V? Explain. Vanilla ice cream, right? Yeah. Bees almost leaked. So it was only bees content. No, Evie knew exactly what she was saying. Me after you're done with me? Absolutely. Shush bees, I want to hear this. actually killing me. Oh, yeah. This is such a fucking perfect image for this stream, though. Oh, yes, valedictorian.
Meow.
Meow. Chat, how does this image make you feel? Hold on.
Wow.
What image? Hold on. I'm getting it. Verdane.
Dicks!
I'm leaving.
Wow.
Listen, Verdane. Just because gay panic does not mean that you have to leave. Just get comfortable. Get comfortable. It does look kind of tasty though. No sus. No sus. That's fair. That's a fair statement. Weak. Get comfortable. V. Wow, Ricky, you came back just for this? Is this also your DMs with Moon? My DMs are in a state right now. I'm not confirming or denying who DMs are from. I'm innocent? Yeah. Yeah, it's box time, man. It's box time. It means potato. I bet most dogs would fetch a potato. Don't challenge me, Bean Sprout. That's a cute doggy. It is. It is. This one was from men. This one was from men. The peach was not. Most dogs would in fact fetch a potato. Brainy, are you finally sending me the sausage? What if I added more cursed content? I was expecting a sausage, Brainy. This is not a sausage. Potat. Oh my fucking god. I'm glad that you caught that comment, by the way. What the fuck is this? I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm actually fucking dead. I'm actually fucking dead. I'm going back to the potato. Going back to the potato. Don't fucking notes that, Twitchigo. Don't act like you need to take notes on that. First off, motherfucker. Bro was fighting for that lemon. Thank you, man. Illuminati's next video. Oh no. Let me switch back. I almost finished writing it down. sending wholesome memes. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I really do.
How's that, women? Can I have that?
McClinton, Twitchigo. Oh, Jesus Christ. Enjoy Illuminati. Chat, I'm gonna put up a poll. Also, we are about 20 followers away from 2,500. 2,500 away. Or 20 away. That's wild. All right, chat, you get 3 minutes to vote. You get 3 minutes to vote. Send in the homie kiss sausage I made. Hey, yo. You hear that, chat? Follow bees? Yes, follow me. Follow me, random person that's wandered in here. Oh, God, now I've got a DM from Mir. Thank you for the sausage, Bernie. I mean, you're not wrong. Last thing you send for tonight? Okay. Can I send something cursed? You asked for permission now, V? You asked for permission now? Since when? Okay, V. Oh my God, I love this. I mean, it's horrifying, but why? Hold on. I'm getting the hammer. Who sent that? This would be Evie. My DMs with Evie are there's something. Oh no. No, oh no, oh no. I've seen this before. Two wieners in close intimate contact. Yeah. Oh my God. You want to recreate that picture? Hey, Brandy, you cannot hammer me. It's my job to hammer you. I'm not going to open that up on stream. Jesus Christ, V. Jesus Christ. Man presenting a sandwich to a hurricane. The people want it. The people don't want it. The people don't want it. Trust, the people don't want it. Have some potatoes, chat. Why not? I want it. Okay. All right. Experiment. Mir, I'm going to send it to you. You want it? You need it? All right. I'm going to send it to Mir. You let me know if the people want it. You let me know if the people want it. Have you ever seen a donut? It's filling. Fill my donut. I mean, what? Oh my God. No. See, I was correct. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, chat. You had one job. Thank you. I appreciate your honesty, Amir. I appreciate your honesty. I knew I could count on you. I knew if I send it to somebody like Twitch will be like, oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Chat wants the fuck out of that. Trust me, you don't want it. You just don't. Evie, what did you do the potatoes for? What did you do the potatoes for? I tried to like it, but it was too much even for me. Trust me, it's a lot. It's a lot. It really is. It really is. Heck, you broke it? Yeah, you did. Okay, we can do this one. A friend named Potato? That's amazing. I love it. Rest well, Dingo. I will. All right, chat. How does this make you feel? Good night, Moon. Good night. Thanks for hanging out. God, I wish that was me. Brainy, please. Thank you for the lurk, Mirror. Lurk getting noms watching that made me hungry. Check my credit card. Oh my fucking God, chat. V's why? V sent it to me. V says that this is what the people want. Look at how they jiggle. I swear to God. You sent Evie lead fan art? I see that. Hold on. Yeah, that's real nice. I see no problem. I support this one. I mean, no, this was not it. This was not it, Twitchigo. This is a different thing. This was a different thing. You know what? Fine. Twitchigo, DM me. DM me, Twitchigo. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. Have another potato. Have another potato. All right, Twitchigo. Let me grab it. Copy link. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. There you go. All right, let me know how you feel about that. The donut pick is an industrial process, so it's only your imagination that makes it wrong. It's true. It's true. But as you can tell, As you can tell, chat really wants to be filled. Okay? That's not on me, that's on chat. Yeah, Minecraft really do be like that, Strawberry. You always sending lewds now? 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 So what did you say? Oh, I? Oh, I? What? What, Twitchigo? We don't want it. We don't need it. See? See? I was here for you, chat. I was here for you. It's a good point, Evie. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. Thank you very much. Now I feel left out. Okay. Oh, shit.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and the AI.
Do we want to watch this one or do we want to watch where was the other one? It was this one. What was the other one that you recommended, Bambi, that you were like, I would want to watch this one next? Evil Streamer. My OC is a Calcubus. There's a bit. Yep. Yup. Well, I mean, I had already seen the last one. But yeah, goddamn the first two. Yeah. The Shelby one? Yeah, we could watch that. It's actually pretty, like, insightful, I think. Calcubus, damn, there's so many options. Shelby bit is such satisfaction.
You're led to this, say yes.
Squirrely, hi. Or we could watch this one. I am curious. I'm curious what information he has on this. Yeah, we're gonna need more of that, Evie. We're gonna need more of that. No, you're hungry. Good. I mean, I'm gonna commission Buns. Yeah, absolutely. Bun, is she on your wait list already? Styro's probably a lighter way to end the stream. All right, let's do it. Good.
Electricity is dangerous. But what is it that makes some sources lethal and others not? One way to find out.
Bro!
But seriously, this is an important question, and it's one that gets more wrong answers than right ones. Now there are a few reasons why I'm making this video. For one, I want to clear up some common misconceptions about electricity, and I want to do it with some not-so-safe demos. But the main reason is somebody called me wrong on the internet. Is it the volts or amps that kill? A while ago, I made a short video on the topic, and in summary, I said that you can't pin all electrical hazards on the short answer like volts or amps. And boy, this made a lot of people mad. All these people flaunting their professional qualifications, telling me that I'm wrong. Well, I say, no, you. If I'm wrong about something, I do want to be corrected. But one of my biggest pet peeves is when somebody flaunts their fancy qualifications while also giving out incorrect information. Now I'll be honest, I'm not an electrician or an engineer, but I do have a bunch of terrifying electrical devices, as well as the fancy equipment needed to put some numbers behind my claims. Most importantly is that I'm willing to do some crazy stuff to prove a point. And in fact, I'm willing to put myself into circuits that should be lethal by their logic. So yeah, let's get started. Oh yeah, before I go on, I should warn you that all the crazy stuff you're about to see was done completely for educational purposes. And in
It's
fact,
educational.
if you were to try any of this stuff at home,
Don't do
you'd
it at
probably
home.
die. So yeah, please don't try this at home. Taming electricity is one of mankind's biggest achievements. Using electricity, we can light our homes, cook our food, and use these
Oh my
nightmare
God.
bricks to watch horrors happen in
Flashbang.
real time. Electricity isn't all sunshine and roses, though. It can shock you, it can burn you, it can even kill you. But what is it exactly about electricity that makes it dangerous? Well, this is a complicated question, and the answer depends highly on the source of that electricity. First, let's consider our biggest design vulnerability when it comes to electricity, and that's the nervous system. Nerve cells work on electrical signals that are a small fraction of a single volt, so it really doesn't take much to override these with outside means. I mean, anybody who's licked a 9-volt battery knows how easily a mere 9 volts overpowers all the signals going to your tongue. Oh. Now, if there's any electrical system in your body that you don't want to mess with, it's in the...
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Chad, have you done that? Have you done that? Have you licked a 9-volt battery? Please tell me I'm not the only one. All right. I know I'm not, but yes. Okay. It's my go-to test. Exactly. I have. Yeah. It's not that bad. I don't know if it has juice. 9-volt is such an exotic battery to me. I don't know what kind of batteries y'all commonly have there. I don't know. 9 volts not really uncommon here. Not for a very long time. That's fair. That's fair.
Heart. The heart has its own set of pacemaker cells that work separately from the brain. And like other nerve cells in the body, they deal with voltages of less than 1/10 of a single volt. It doesn't take much of a shock to mortally interfere with the signals that set the heart rhythm, and this is why most electrical fatalities are cardiac related. Even if the heart does manage to get spared by a shock, electricity can still cause burns, nerve damage, flash blindness, and plenty of other not so fun experiences. Our puny bodies are simply no match for angry electrons. Now that we've looked at our design vulnerabilities, let's start playing with some fun electrical sources to see if it's the volts or amps that play a bigger role. Going off of my previous comments, it seems that most people with professional experience said it's just the current that kills. It turns out there are some problems with that. Here I've hooked up a car battery up to these steel rods. Now this battery can dump up to 1,000 amps, yet touching these bare rods doesn't do anything to me. Oh, you think the battery's dead? Nope. The thing is, that battery can dump 1,000 amps, but not through me. It's only a 12-volt source after all, and my skin's resistance is high enough to block all but a minuscule amount of current from going through my body. This is Ohm's law in action. You can't always use this logic when judging the hazard of an electrical source, but it does work for low voltages like this. Here I have a different flavor of high current power supply. It's a step-down transformer I wound years ago, and it's held up surprisingly well in this ice cream bucket. Being a transformer, it's AC unlike the battery, but the voltage is still way too low to shock me. Check out the current when I drop a quarter across it. That's over 1,000 amps. Of course, just because these low voltage, high current sources can't shock, it doesn't mean they're completely safe. They can still burn you by simply heating things up.
Jesus Christ.
It's also possible to get shocked
It is, Rainy.
like by rapidly disconnecting them from an
ice
inductive
cream.
load like this electromagnet, because you get a big voltage spike by doing this. So this all makes it seem like it's the volts that matter here, right? Let's take a look at this electrical shock hazard chart. There's actually nothing about voltage on here at all, only current. What gives?
Melting
This assumes that source can put that current through you, which means it has to have a sufficiently high voltage
chat.
to do so, as well as a low enough impedance. But what kind of voltages are we talking about here? According to the chart, less than 100 milliamps of current can be lethal. My body's resistance is about 250,000 ohms, so according to Ohm's law, I'd need a voltage of about 25,000 volts to kill me. Seems simple enough, right? Let's go ahead and put that idea to practice. Let me use this apple as a model of the human body. It has an even higher resistance than me, about 10 million ohms. In order to put a lethal current of 100 milliamps through it, Ohm's law says I need 1,000,000 volts. Why don't we test that out? You can watch the voltage here and the current here. A couple notes about the setup. I'm using a voltage
Danger
divider
apple?
so I don't
Yeah,
kill
is there
my
gonna be an
meter,
apple left?
which means the actual voltage is 10 times higher than what the meter shows. As for the current, I'm measuring the voltage drop across a 1 ohm resistor, which means the voltage measured is the current going through it in amps. Alright, let's slowly crank up the voltage there. Oh, it's conducting. Ha, look at that. The apple's dead. Ohm's law said I'd need 1,000,000 volts. Yet it was passing 100 milliamps at barely over 1,000 volts. What gives? It turns out you can throw Ohm's law out the window in situations like this, because the apple experienced something called dielectric breakdown. When the voltage across an insulator reaches a high enough point, the molecules in it get shredded by the electric field. This
That's
means
sick.
the insulator
That's
suddenly
so
becomes
cool.
a conductor and will allow a huge amount of current to pass through it. Ohm's law does not tell you when this happens. For human skin, this point is roughly about 500 volts or so, but this varies considerably. Of course, if you get poked by a live wire, it won't take nearly as much voltage to be a problem. Of interesting note is that the electric chair only has a voltage of about 2,000 volts. Based on Ohm's law and a skin resistance of 100,000 ohms, this shouldn't be lethal. But this logic doesn't work here because the skin can't hold off that kind of voltage.
Pickle Rick, no!
It's funny, because Ohm's law is hardly a law in the physical sense because it fails all the time. Many simple devices violate ohmic behavior. LEDs, many light bulbs, even the full bridge rectifier do not obey Ohm's law. If you want to play it safe, stick with voltages under 50 volts, because that's the limit where OSHA says the voltage is not high enough to electrocute. There's another issue relying on resistance when you're dealing
Pickle.
with AC. If you've ever been shocked by a live wire without touching ground at the same time, you've experienced this. What's completing the circuit here? A capacitor, of course. Notice how the resistance of this capacitor is so high that it can't be measured by my meter, yet it still can pass a bunch of current. That's because AC can pass through a capacitor. You have a capacitance too, which is why you can feel a shock from touching a single live wire. At this point in the video, I know there will still be people out there that argue it's just the current that kills, because that's what's shown in those graphs, right? Or maybe they will concede the idea that voltage does play a role, but still current in the end doing the damage. Well, this is the point where I start putting myself into circuits that should be lethal under that premise. Even this very chart acknowledges it's more than just the current that kills. There's a whole axis in time, and the chart is only valid for a small range of frequencies as well. So, let's switch it up a bit using something else we experience: static electricity. Anytime you receive a static shock, the voltage you're being exposed to is quite high, much higher than what you get out of an outlet. In fact, going off the distance the arc can jump in open air, this voltage is several thousand volts. Most people will tell you the reason it doesn't kill you is because it's low current, but let's put that to the test. Right here I have a Van de Graaff generator. It's capable of generating...
I love that he's just like, I am demonstrating all of this now. Like that I would be so, like, obviously this, he knows what he's doing, right? But I would still be like, am I gonna fuck myself up here? Am I overlooking something simple? Am I about to fuck myself up here?
Very high DC voltages, similar to what you get from a static shock, just on steroids. This is a mechanical device that uses a rubber belt to transfer charge to the spherical top load. The voltages generated here are enormous, over 100,000 volts. Although the voltages are huge, the charge that accumulates on the sphere is still pretty tiny, only a couple millionths of a coulomb. Even so, this minuscule amount of charge is able to produce a force that overcomes the gravitational pull of the entire planet. The charges are small, but what about the currents? I mean, they must be small if I can touch them without dying, right? Ow! Let's go ahead and test that out. Once again, I'll be measuring current via 1 ohm resistor, but this time with an extra fancy resistor that I built based on a video by Vitaly. It minimizes inductance to get an accurate reading. I should note that I've referenced Vitaly's videos more than anyone else on my channel. You should definitely check him out for some cool high voltage experiments. Alright, let's measure the current of that pulse. Look at that. That was 40 amps. Considering the voltage here was on the order of 100,000 volts, the electrical power there was over 1,000,000 watts. The idea that static shocks are low current is a myth.
Guillermo.
When you get shocked by static, you're eating amps of current. Ow! So, why don't you go to heaven when you get a static shock? Because you've been naughty. But seriously, if you look at the DC shock hazard chart, you'll see that currents of a fraction of an amp can be lethal.
Can you blame
What
me, Evie?
gives? Well, the chart clearly suggests there is a strong time dependence here. The shorter the duration of the shock, the more current your body can handle, which makes sense, really. Current alone.
The channels he follows are way more scary. I bet. There's some crazy YouTube channels. There really are some crazy YouTube channels. I appreciate the fuck out of them. I really want to try to find the chemist guy that has to like use a fucking voice filter and you never see his face. Like some of those videos are wild. Wild.
Alone doesn't tell you how much charge is transferred or for how long it happens. Current is just a rate of charge transfer after all. It's just like how your speed on a highway doesn't tell you how far you've gone or for how long you've traveled. When it comes to a static shock, those huge currents are happening for an extremely short duration, on the order of a microsecond. This simply isn't enough time to cause significant damage to a person. So no, it's not just the current that kills, and these 40 amp static shocks are proof of that. Ow! I know that even this isn't going to be enough for some people. A microsecond pulse? That's cheating. Well, if I'm going to go through the trouble of making this video, I might as well murder the idea that it's just the current that kills. So I'm going to do something clinically insane to prove my point. So I've built this Tesla coil here. Now, this is not an ordinary Tesla coil.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
with a monster Soviet vacuum tube.
Why
And
would
with
it
a power
not be?
draw of 15 kilowatts, it's one of the most powerful
Well, of
vacuum
course.
tube-driven coils in existence.
Yo, Black Bandit, welcome in.
This unusual
welcome.
combination of raw power and vacuum tube technology gives it some unique properties. Nowadays, most Tesla coils are switched with solid-state circuits. These are more efficient, and their typically pulsed operation allows them to make longer arcs for a given power draw than a vacuum tube coil. My giant tube-driven coil doesn't stand out in raw arc length, as the longest arc it'll make is only about 2 meters or so. Where it does shine is in its ability to make a white-hot arc to a grounded object. It straight up looks and sounds like a substation fault when it's running. It also melts the steel screwdrivers I use as breakout electrodes. It truly is a terrifying sight to behold. I know what you're thinking. It must be hard to resist touching something that looks as crazy as that, right? Well, I have given in to the temptation, and no, I'm not very sane for doing this. However, I do use a steel file to distance myself from that white-hot arc.
Of course you do.
But of course, I'm still conducting pretty much the full current there.
Oh no, it's
Besides,
Psycho.
it
Hi,
doesn't stop
another
the arc from
Psycho.
jumping directly to
Welcome,
me
welcome. Thank you for being here.
So why doesn't it kill me? Most people will
I
tell
am
you
a
it's
bee.
because Tesla coils operate with gigantic voltages but very little current. It's funny, because when it comes to electricity, there's no bigger mythological beast than the Tesla coil. All aspects of Tesla coils are filled with misconceptions in the public eye. Their operation, their history, their hazards, they're all littered with myths.
Meow.
Now to be fair,
Meow.
they are mysterious devices, and although their construction can be simple, the details of how they operate can get quite sticky. Let's try and put some numbers behind this coil. Is the current really that low? What's the output voltage like? Let's start with current.
You got yourself, you
I wound
did.
this current transformer with as many wire turns as there are ohms of resistance across it. That way, its voltage readout is identical to the current in amps of a wire going through the middle. Feeding the grounded wire of my secondary coil through this will give the current output of my Tesla coil. Well, here we go. Alright, it triggered. Look at that. That's 3.2 amps of current. That's not low current at all. In fact, that's actually terrifying. If you doubt my measurements,
I
let's
love
try
how
that again
cheery
with
he
this
sounds
ancient
saying that.
meter.
That's actually
this nearly 100-year-old
terrifying.
meter is quite simple. It's just based on a thermocouple, which actually means it'll measure lower frequency and even DC current just fine too. Let's run it hooked up to the Tesla coil. Alright, here we go. Well, there's an amp at least. Now I don't want to kill the meter, so I'm probably just going to stop it here.
Yeah, an amp at least. It did not look like it was stopping. It did not look like it was stopping at all.
I ended up buying an even bigger meter, so let's give this one a go. Alright, here we go. Okay, I'm at full power now. It's reading only a little over an amp. Now I measured 3.2 amps earlier. Which is the correct measurement here? Actually, they're both right.
Oh.
This old meter reads the RMS current, and I looked at the peak current using my current transformer. Since the output is a sine wave at 50% duty cycle, that means that these measurements line up pretty much perfectly. Pretty cool, right? Alright, so the current is actually quite high, but what about the voltage? Let's try to measure the output voltage with this vacuum capacitor voltage divider. Here we go.
Where do you even get shit that looks like this? Like where do you even find that? What the hell is that? That does not look safe, like in any capacity ever. What an insane looking tool. Right. It really is.
Capacitor voltage divider. Here we go. Huh. I'm only at a couple percent of max power here, and it's already at 50,000 volts. Now, I don't want to cook myself with x-rays, so I'm not going to push it. I can still estimate the voltage at max power if I make the admittedly rough approximation that the coil is purely inductive. This gives a result of about 100,000 volts, which is about what I expect, really. The arc itself clamps the voltage pretty well, so that's why the voltage doesn't rise that much with considerably higher input power. Hold up. 100,000 volts at 3 amps? Does that make sense? That's like 300,000 watts. That's 20 times more power than I'm giving it. Yes, it actually checks out, but the kicker is that that power is nearly all reactive. Tesla coils are resonators after all, sloshing charge back and forth and rigging up huge voltages at significant current. You still can extract more energy than you put into them, however, since the current and voltage are nearly completely out of phase. Even so, the real power output is still significant, and that arc there is still burning many thousands of real watts. So back to the original question, why doesn't it kill me when I touch it? The current is not low, and although that power is mostly reactive, I'm still conducting amps of current for a substantial amount of time when I do this. What's going on here? Many Tesla coil builders will tell you it's the skin effect at play here. At high frequencies, currents in a conductor are magnetically pushed to the edges, and this effect is a critical consideration when it comes to designing a Tesla coil. In fact, the currents in this thick cable are almost completely restricted to the outer 200 microns because of this. So, does this mean the current just travels along my skin when I touch it? Nope. The skin effect is only significant at these frequencies when dealing with a good conductor like copper. When the material is resistive like flesh, that goes out the window. You can see this by cooking food in the microwave. The frequency there is over 10,000 times higher than my Tesla coil, yet it can still warm food quite a bit below the surface. So no, it's not the skin effect either. So what is it then? Well, it turns out, our nerves aren't quite so susceptible to high frequencies. And somewhere beyond 10 kilohertz, the polarity flips too fast to depolarize a nerve cell membrane. This means your nerves pretty much don't register it, and that's why it doesn't electrocute.
Those are so cool.
Electroboom actually mapped out his own response to different electrical frequencies, and published this chart with his results. Of course, just because it doesn't kill instantly does not make it safe. Touching a Tesla coil output is never really safe. You can get severe internal burns when conducting big RF currents. I don't make a habit of touching arcs, and I keep my contacts brief. I should point out that the power supply driving the coil is absolutely lethal, and touching that would kill you before you hit the floor. The funny thing is that the Tesla coil steps up the voltage and current of the supply, while also making it less lethal due to the higher frequency. High frequency is also part of what keeps you from getting zapped by touching a plasma globe. The voltage on the outside is actually quite significant, but a combination of the high frequency output, as well as the fact that it's a high impedance source, prevents you from getting zapped. Now, of course, high frequency won't protect you from something driven by a lethal high voltage source lacking isolation. My demon circuit is a classic example of this. The flame arc there is running at over 13 megahertz, yet touching it would still kill you via the DC supply running it, since there's no isolation there. So what is it that makes exposure to some electrical sources lethal and others not? Well, it's a combination of volts, and amps, and frequency, and duration, as well as some other stuff that determine
Red Alert 2 told me different.
And, for the record, that's exactly what I said in my original 40-second video. To elaborate on the other stuff part, The source impedance, as well as where on your body you get shocked, are big players as well. Now, I don't intend this video to be an all-encompassing guide to electrical hazards, but I do hope it clears up some common misconceptions out there. I will say that high-voltage, low-impedance sources are ruthless when it comes to user error. There's a reason why the microwave oven transformer kills more science hobbyists than anything else. There's no room for a mistake.
I wonder how many
One final thing I'd like to
actually die
address is
per
all the
year
comments I
messing
get from
with
people
us.
that are surprised I'm still alive every time I upload. Like, come on. I realize I work with a lot of extremely dangerous stuff, but I really do take considerable precautions, and that's why I'm still uploading. I will say that if it is electricity that ends up taking me out, it's probably not gonna be this kind of stuff. It's gonna be my favorite power supply of all, clouds. I gotta get out of here. That was pretty cool. Oh, one more thing. I'd like to shout out the YouTuber Tested to Destruction. He's a high-voltage YouTuber that embarked on using the monster GU39B Tetro to build a Tesla coil at the same time I did. We tested a bunch of different designs and shared our results with each other. He's got a lot of crazy high-voltage stuff on his channel, so you should check him out. I'd also like to thank all my patrons on Patreon, especially for supporting me when I was in the middle of a move and unable to make new content. Finally, I'd like to thank all those professionals out there that encouraged me to make this video. Thank you, you silly garloids. Stay safe out there.
That's a laser chainsaw?
Have you seen those videos where they use a laser to remove rust from metal? In these videos...
Yo, bees, I tried staying awake because it's interesting. It fell asleep. Go rest, Ranimus. Go rest. That's why fractal wood burning is considered so dangerous. Novices, transformers don't mix. Ah, I see. I see. His main hobby is storm chasing? Holy shit. We can... Okay. Laser chainsaw? Laser chainsaw? It's... Okay. We're starting the video before we hit 3 hours, okay? Okay?
A high-powered laser is used to vaporize rust right off the metal in the most satisfying way. And not just any laser. These lasers are 2,000 watts, 10 times as powerful as the laser in my other video. I want to see if this laser lives up to the hype. Sure, they claim it can cut, weld, and clean, but I'm more curious about what else can you do with it around the house. What about cutting down trees? Cleaning up cobwebs, or erasing the ink for money to create counterfeit bills? First, we should read all these warning labels or something. We should probably spend some time going over the guidelines of this machine. I mean, something this powerful needs to be respected. I mean, we have to come up with a safety plan, not just for me, but for everybody in the area. We need to make sure that the machine's in proper working order.
Master switch on, laser on, cleaning mode on, emergency stop. We don't need that kind of negativity around here. Safety glasses on.
Laser gun on. Oh, hold on. I think you've got to put the safety clip on the gun. Oh no.
As I played back the footage later that day, I found myself with some questions. Have I gone mad with power? Perhaps. Am I responsible enough to own a tool this powerful? The answer is clearly no, so I want to try using it as intended before I accidentally vaporize my camera sensor or burn my house down.
The actual laser itself is in this big unit right here, and it travels all the way through this fiber optic line, which is the thickness of a human hair, up to the output of the laser here. You have to remember, lasers are just light, so this machine is using concentrated light to melt metal. So how much light is 2,000 watts? This is 2,000 watts of visible sunlight.
And this laser focuses it to a point smaller than a pixel on your screen.
So when I pull the trigger and turn on the laser, how come there's no beam? It's because it's invisible, idiot.
Oh, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about all of these people that are using this type of laser without any eye protection at all. I mean, this guy's trying, kind of, but I think people aren't worried about it because they can't see it.
Our eyes can see light from about 400 to 800 nanometers. Now this laser operates way over here at 1100 nanometers, far out of the visible range. So remember, always wear your eye protection, because with this laser, you won't get a second chance.
Is this laser the miracle tool of the future? Let's put it to the test.
I cannot believe that people don't respect. I can't believe that people don't respect lasers. Like, what the fuck? It makes me so I've had friends get lasers, right? I've had friends get like, okay, I can, but I've had IRL friends get lasers before, and they're like, check this out, it's cool, and they whip out like this absurdly bright blue laser, and they're just like, wow, 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 wow. I'm like, oh fucking hell, I like being able to see, my dude. I like being able to see. Oh my god.
So, can it weld? You bet your sweet little eyeballs it can weld. The laser welder's easy to use and easy to learn. Like, look at this piece of steel that I welded. Haters will say laser welding isn't as strong as normal welding, so I smashed this piece of steel 50 times and it still wouldn't break. You're supposed to put the safety clip on the piece of metal that you're welding. So the laser will only turn on if you touch it to the piece of metal. That way you don't laser your friends. But the whole gun is metal, so you can just touch it to the workpiece anywhere and...
I really want it.
Oops. If you do want to laser your friend, all you have to do is put the safety clip on the laser.
Jesus Christ. Okay, it was. Oh, it wasn't empty.
Toxic smoke,
it wasn't empty. I thought that was empty.
A lot more fumes than
I thought that was hollow.
I don't really want to breathe in a cloud.
I mean, I know it was
vaporized
styrofoam,
metal,
but
so
like,
I installed
holy
a
shit.
steam hood to help deal with all of these fumes.
I'm not exaggerating when I say my first welds with a MIG welder were an actual cognito hazard. But with this laser welder, I was able to effortlessly weld together the mascot for our podcast, The Dumpster Fire. Me, William Osman, Alan Pan, and Niall Red host a podcast called Safety Third, where we do things like this.
Have you been a good boy?
Oh, hello! Hi! And explore abandoned mines.
Have you not looked down the hall, Kevin?
Look back there?
Oh, I had no idea that was back there. You just almost fell down a 10-story building. I'm not gonna step where there's not ground.
And eat dog food burgers.
What the fuck?
Dog food.
Hey, want a dumpster fire of your own? Well, you're in luck because we're selling these t-shirts.
Would you eat a dog food burger? Would you eat a dog food burger? Strawberry, which channel? Oh yeah, Colin. Yeah. I have absolutely seen his videos before, but we should totally watch some on stream. They chop meat cuts, dog food, and tried to fool each other. Oh damn. I know it's more meat percent than the shit we eat, but nah.
And some other merch on the store. Anyway, laser welder, totally worth it. But what about the laser cutter? Changing from welding to cutting is super easy. You just need to unscrew the welding tip and screw on the cutting tip. The cutting mode works, but I'm not that impressed with it overall. It can cut through up to 8mm steel, but only 3mm aluminum. And the cuts aren't very clean. It's better than an angle grinder, but a plasma cutter is cheaper and you don't have to worry about what's behind the piece of metal you're cutting. Overall, I would give the cutting attachment a pass. Sorry if I just kind of flew through the welding and the cutting modes, but honestly, the cleaning mode, this is where it's at. The only problem is you have to remove the whole welding attachment from the laser. If just one speck of dust gets on one of these lenses, the whole thing can go up in smoke. And then it's like $1,000 for a new head. Anyway, it's just kind of a pain in the butt. There's 4 different sizes of screws and it takes like 5 minutes to change between the attachments. So here we go. This is the cleaning attachment and the only...
I mean, I've tried cat food, so dog food isn't far off. Yeah. Yup. Spag with chunks of dog food. I don't think we're gonna make enough subs for that, Twitchigo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right. New subathon goal. I feel like that's not gonna work with the terms of service. I feel like somewhere, somehow, that is against Twitch's terms of service. Dog food? No. Sir Bikes a lot, you heard him right? Oh my god. Oh my god.
The difference between the welding and the cleaning attachment is the focal length of the lenses. So with the welding lens, you want to be up close, you know, so you can weld metal. But the cleaning lens focuses the laser to a farther distance, so you can clean stuff with it easier. This is from my last video when I shot the rocket at the fridge.
It was looking a little rusty, you know, after the giant explosion, so I figured I'd clean it up a bit. First, I tried the circle mode, which is definitely the best all-arounder. Next, I tried the figure 8 mode, which honestly, I didn't really like it. But then the line mode, this is concentrated heat, and it definitely works the best. I only had the power at about 30%, so if I want to remove the paint, I had to turn it up to 60%. This is way faster than using a wire wheel or paint remover. It's great.
So that definitely worked. It removed the paint right off of that metal, but you can see that this laser heated up the metal too. Like you can see that it's got that bluish color, which means that the metal actually got really hot. It's probably like a couple 100 degrees right now.
When cleaning metal, you actually don't want to go full blast. Instead, you want to stay like at 30%, because if you use too much power, it'll just melt the entire surface of the metal.
That's
So on
interesting.
camera, it probably just
So it
looks
makes
like this
bubbles.
is shooting out a giant...
I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I never really thought about the fact that you could like... Interesting.
So on camera, it probably just looks like this is shooting out a giant cone of light that's vaporizing the metal. But what's actually going on is inside of this laser head, there's mirrors that are spinning back and forth, and it's actually just drawing the beam side to side or in a circle. It's not making a solid circle or a line, it's just drawing it really fast. This laser cleaner is pretty epic. I can totally see every household having one of these in the future. I mean, it can do anything except for sponsor a YouTube video. Luckily, PayPal Honey is a free online shopping tool that can help you save money on your favorite website. Honey is the #1 shopping tool in America, and for good reason, because this right here is the money button. Click this button on some of your favorite websites and Honey will automatically search for promo codes and find you deals. It can find you deals on your favorite clothes, shoes, video games, meal delivery services, and boom, look at that. Honey just saved me $10 on a new fire extinguisher.
Listen, I want to skip these, but at the same time, I appreciate this guy.
Hey, you're already shopping online. You could be saving online too with Honey. When there's a coupon, Honey finds discounts of 18% on average. So get Honey today. You can add it to your browser for free. Go to joinhoney.com/backyard. Not just to join Honey, but joinhoney.com/backyard. That way they know that I sent you there, and that's how you support my channel. So here's where you can change between all the different shapes. The scan frequency is how fast the laser draws the shapes, and you can control the size of the shape. So what if we turn it all the way down to 0? Now
Honey
we just
has
have a
served you well
long
for
distance
display.
laser beam.
Ayo.
Oh!
So yeah, the laser will melt metal, but what'll it do to objects that you're more familiar with? I spent some time playing around with it in slow motion. That battery didn't stand a chance. Now remember, I'm filming all of this at 2,000 frames per second, so the laser burned through this brick in like 1/100th of a second. It's crazy.
That is
now I'm going to try to take care
insane.
of some of these pesky cobwebs. So, let's see, 35% power.
This worked great, and it didn't even damage the paint on the ceiling at all. Okay, it might have left some vaporized spiders on the ceiling, but besides that, it worked great.
No survivors. What about using it for stuff outside the house, like yard work or like cleaning this moss off of the pavers? That works
Not
really
the moss.
good, but man, yeah, don't
What
breathe
did the
that.
moss ever do to you?
I also tried doing a little landscaping, but it was hard to keep the laser steady.
Cutting down the little branches was kind of hard, so I've modified this chainsaw to help me keep the laser steady and keep it at the perfect distance from the tree to cut it down.
I know, Bundling, I'm sorry.
I started to cut down the little tree, and it was cutting so fast I didn't even notice the small problem with my laser chainsaw. But after only 45 seconds, I cut right through the tree.
That
I
is
think I got it.
insane.
Oh, I did get it! Now let's try to cut down a bigger tree. Now, to cut down a whole tree,
DJ!
I
Hi,
built
DJ.
this.
How are
It's a
you?
linear stage with 2 limit switches, so it just bounces back and forth. So it'll come up here, hit the limit switch, and go back and forth, and hopefully we'll cut down the tree. I call this the 3D printer. Watch, watch. Oh, yes! Okay, I'm kind of nervous because I'm worried about the tree falling on the laser and breaking it, but science must go on. We've got to try it. 3, 2, 1. I turned on the 3D printer and watched it as it worked through the 6-inch thick tree. And after only 2 minutes and 20 seconds, the tree buckled.
Oh, it's shaking.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm turning it off. I'm calling it. I know the tree's about to fall down because, like, as it was cutting the tree, it left a slice in the tree, but now the tree's, like, bent and closed it shut. So it's got to be about to fall. I made sure the laser was safe, and then I tipped over the tree. And then I used the laser to cut the last little bit that was hanging on and realized how much work I just made for myself. Don't worry about the tree though, I'm pretty sure it had some kind of tree cancer.
Now I want to try removing the ink from a dollar bill.
I had the idea to try this after I saw somebody try erasing pencil from paper.
Look. They're being, oh wow, that's on fire. They're being responsible, surely. No wildfire, no wildfire.
Crap.
I had the idea to soak the dollar in water, and then it worked perfectly.
Wow.
Now, if it works on a $1 bill, am I brave enough to try a $100 bill?
Oh,
Don't worry, Frankie. It's going to be okay.
Don't worry, this isn't illegal. Unless it is illegal, in which case this is fake money. I mean, who would be stupid enough to ruin a $100 bill? I can't believe that worked. What's wrong with me? And then who would be stupid enough to try to fix it by drawing on it with crayon?
Let's see. Chat, one more. I feel like we have it in us. I feel like we have it in us. Oh, I bet this is actually pretty entertaining. Okay. I just want to see Mogul Mail's take on this.
Just a quick heads up, I'm in Japan, which you probably can't tell from my room, but you might be able to tell from my cum-looking water. And today we're talking about how I'm wrong and also dumb. Because at the start of this year, I wrote down my predictions for 2023. I figured 2024, we'd look back and all my predictions would be right. I'd be the new age Nostradamus. It'd be like the new Puxatawny Phil, and people would look when I come out of my hole for whatever I have to say. But instead, already 1 month into the year, I've been wrong on a couple of things. The first one is AI has a snoozier, and the second one is more awkward to talk about. So let's talk about AI, specifically AI Seinfeld, which you guys have probably heard about. This new AI Seinfeld that's taking over Twitch. Everybody's watching it. Well, what you might not have heard about is they got fucking banned. They got super banned. Before we talk about why and how they got banned, let me give you a little bit of context by going through a few of the best clips of AI Seinfeld, because this shit is crazy. It is crazy. It doesn't look that good, obviously. It kind of looks like a PlayStation 1 game, but the actual writing itself seems decent.
Hey Yvonne, I heard a really funny joke yesterday. What did they call the bear with no teeth?
Laughing at the setup. Killer.
A gummy bear. Ah ha ha ha.
That.
Okay, great. Nailed it. Next one.
I hate it when people say, it's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. What am I supposed to do with that?
I've been saying. And then
I want to know what the back end of this code looks like. I want to know like what did they use to teach this? Did they let people know? Did they let people know? Like, is this a thing? I'm just curious, because I mean clearly it's pacing and everything. Like, it's built. It didn't just land on this format. It didn't just land on this format on its own, right? Like, it didn't just do that. Franny. So like how Did they really just feed it like all of the episodes of this show and other sitcoms?
Here's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come back, Wengler.
So,
I'm sure this is only going to be a net positive.
It's a bit odd, don't you think? All these people are making funny voices and doing strange hand gestures. It's like some kind of alternate universe. Yeah, and I guess it's not the worst place to be a comedian.
Well, I suppose it could be worse.
I'm sorry, Snail. I would awe at you,
It gets
but my voice
weirdly
is
self-referential, fourth wall breaky, and just self-aware as a whole, which started to make me think that perhaps this AI technology isn't all AI written. Perhaps it's...
I had this suspicion as well after seeing some of the clips. Like, can they feed it bits and pieces? They feed it bits and pieces that it has extreme bias towards. I was never able to watch Seinfeld. They were all way too neurotic. That's completely fair, 488. I've never been like super into it either.
Coaxed or guided in some sort of fashion, which made this clip that got the AI channel banned all the more awkward. And I'm just...
Well, I mean...
Just going to play this one in full.
I'm thinking about doing a bit about how being transgender is...
Okay, but yep. Okay, so maybe we'll go, we'll boop right there. Yep. Gray area, rip. I mean, yeah. I mean, I can post the video on the Discord. But like, yeah.
The crazy things comedians say, but also get canceled. I feel like an AI getting canceled should pass the Turing test. And of course, they did have an announcement to the people who made it, because I was a little bit concerned that maybe they had a hand in this. Turns out, not the case. Earlier tonight, we started having an outage using OpenAI's GPT-3 Da Vinci model, which caused the show to exhibit errant behaviors. You may see empty rooms, ceilings, yada yada. A staff member wrote on Discord, OpenAI has a less sophisticated model, Curry, that was the predecessor to Da Vinci. When Da Vinci failed, we switched to Curry to try to keep the show running without any downtime. The switch was resulted in the inappropriate text being generated. We leverage OpenAI's content moderation tools, which have worked thus far for Da Vinci, but not for Curry. So I guess it turns out that even with Da Vinci, it does, pop up shit that probably wouldn't play really well. But they just, they cut that out, little content moderation, like me at Snapchat back in the day. But it didn't work on Curry. So at least that feels a little bit better. But this whole AI thing, kind of scaring the shit out of me. Okay? Because, look, before, I'm not going to lie, I know it was a problem, but they were going for jobs like, logistics, right? Sales.
Yeah, put a spoiler on it,
customer
Brandon.
service.
Put a spoiler on it.
Entertainment?
Like a warning.
They're coming for me? They're gunning for my job? I'm not going to lose to some fucking AI Ludwig in 10, 20 years that just goes, boys, and then rehashes tweets and then videos and reacts to them without actually making any content.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to leave you with one final clip.
Don't know what you're talking about, Mogul Mail. Literally, I'm not sure what your argument there is. He'll lose an AI at Ludwig next year. I bet he has a boys versus boys, like him versus an AI before that. It sounds familiar. Who?
From AI Jerry Seinfeld that I thought was insane and scared the shit out of me, and maybe will scare the shit out of you. Let's watch together.
I think when we die, that's it.
Heavy start.
Or do you think there might be something else after this life?
Well, Fred, I'm more of a scientist than a philosopher, so I can't say for sure. But if I had to guess, there's probably something more out there.
If you don't know, they always use the fucking microwave, and the AI Seinfeld does not have good volume mixing on the microwave, so just be prepared.
We don't really know what happens when we die, but it's comforting to think that life doesn't just end with death.
This is harrowing.
Maybe we become a part of something bigger, Or maybe our souls go on to find peace and solace in a better place.
What is his body doing?
Who knows? All I'm sure of is that death is just the beginning of something even more mysterious and wonderful. So if anything, I think that means life is even more precious and worth living to the fullest.
Sweet thought.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on the afterlife?
Okay.
Yeah, Brandy.
All of this is terrifying. If this doesn't scare you, then I'm not exactly sure what AI needs to do to scare you. But that's the update on AI Seinfeld. They're currently banned. They'll probably be unbanned because let's keep it a fucking buck. Streamers have said way worse shit, and this one was written by a robot, which makes it feel a little less personal. And that's all. All right, thank you for watching. Subscribe while you're here. All right, see you later. Goodbye. Goodbye. Maybe I'll make more mogul mails. I don't know about what, but maybe I'll do it. All right, goodbye.
All right, chat. I said I would keep this stream short, and we're at 3.5 hours. Yeah, he made a video about Atrioc. It's mostly I'm a boyfriend first. I'm gonna react to the second. Atrioc fucked up. What else do I really need to say? Short stream, oh my god, typical bees. Chat. All right, let's find somebody to raid. I know it might feel abrupt, but I want to actually take some time to myself tonight, chat.
Alright, filling these here for OxyClean specialist. Powered by the air you're breathing, activated by the water that you and I drink. It's Mother Nature approved and it's safe on your collar fabrics. Using a carpets. OxyClean seeks out organic stains, scent stains, food stains. It gets down into matting.
Billy, please.
Into the padding. It even takes red wine and goose out. It cleans, it brightens, it eliminates odors all at the same time. Don't just get it clean, get it actually clean.
Holy shit. Is there anybody that's from the server that's live right now? No, I don't think so. Let's find somebody to raid. Stick around for me, please. I would love to see some bees in the chat whenever we raid. Who we got? You know what? Brainy's still here. What's Taco up to? Taco's just playing Final Fantasy, though.
The world turns around and around. It was far away.
I love ads. Doing art? Okay. All right.
Oh, no.
Okay. I said I was going to do this when Brainy was around for it, and we are raiding out early enough, and Brainy is still here, so we are raiding Taco.
I'm alive. That hurt, though.
Let's see some bees in their chat. They're doing some art. They're incredibly talented.
No, don't do it. Butts. Oh god. Oh.
He's doing like Valentine things. That's fine.
I wanted to
That's
do, like,
fine.
a sticky one, but it didn't look right.
Raid 2 if you don't have a sub. Raid 3 if you do. Let's see some bees over there. Thank you for spending some time with me. Hopefully tomorrow I'm feeling that much better. Holy shit, we got a great raid. What the fuck?
That drama goes away. You
What the
resolve
fuck?
everything.
Just in time? I'm sorry, Mid-Valley. I'm sorry.
I didn't even feel
Oh
did
my
that
god.
miss?
But yeah, thank you everybody. Love you all. Mwah. I see how it is. Bye Squirrely, bye Twitchigo, bye Mid-Valley, bye Probably so, Brandy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when it lands. Bye,
Meow.
Blizzard. Bye, Nutty. Bye, Evie. Although I'm sure I'm gonna continue talking to you in DMs like I have been this whole time. Bye, 48.
Okay, that's good.
I can't. Okay, hold on.
Don't ever go back. Oh no. Oh, okay.
Bye, chat. Mwah. Dicks. Take the dicks.
This is so ridiculous.